To everyone जो भी फौजी टॉक्स देख रहे हैं, थैंक्स टू ऑल ऑफ यू फॉर द लव एंड सपोर्ट इतने टाइम से आपने दिया. आई मीन वी आर हियर फ्रॉम क्लोज टू 3-4 years नाउ post covid, and it is one of the oldest military channels, podcast channel. And now there are so many of my friends who are hosting channels, amazing channels they are hosting. So this is where everything began. So Fauji Talks. So my colleague Rana is there, and to all of you who love this channel, we will. This is like a second innings. We start because of the the professional commitment and other thing. So I have today one of my amazing friends, who's an amazing person, a naval officer. As we जैसे जैसे हम आगे जाएंगे, लेफ्टिनेंट कमांडर अश्वंत. एंड यू नो ही लुक्स बहुत भोला भाला लगता है, बट है नहीं, वो बात अलग है. एंड इज हैविंग एन अमेजिंग प्रोफाइल. Ashwant joined Navy, and before joining Navy, Ashwant was बोलते हैं ना आंखों का तारा था देश का, बिकॉज ही वॉज वन ऑफ द 2006 he was the best NCC cadet, and today he's having multiple roles, and he's uh, one of the professionals who are into designing and helping the life of the youngsters. So when I say design and helping youngsters, so he has an academy called uh, what do we pronounce? It's called Niders, right? Niders or Nidus, yeah, whatever.
Individual dreams into success. Nair Academy.
Oh, amazing, amazing. And Ashwant had helped many of the youngsters to dream and wear uniform. Other than that, Ashwant is a happy guy. He's one of those guys who are behind the IPL team. So thanks to Ashwant that I could meet couple of IPL teams couple of years, and that is one profile. Other than that, Ashwant also plays squash, and he's a professional coach for the Kerala team, and he holds certification to that extent. So Ashwant, welcome. Long due. This podcast was long due, and I
Thank
was
you.
just finding the right opportunity. And we will also have offline once either I am in Kerala or you are here. So we will have that also. So that way. Right. So we jump into the podcast, and the second inning of Fauji Talks. I'm so happy to have many of my friends here joining this. That shows the love for everyone is excited about Ashwant, that he's here. So Ashwant, my first question as we dwell in deep into this, uh, हम लोग को सब बोलते हैं ना कि वाइट यूनिफॉर्म सर ग्लैमर है, ये है. एज यू वॉक इन वाइट यूनिफॉर्म, एक रेबैन लगा के, चश्मा पहन के, टोपी डाल के, रिबन्स होगा एकदम ऑर्डिनरी, मेरे जैसे लोग भी हैंडसम दिखने लग जाते हैं ऐसे. तो व्हाट इज योर टेक ऑन दैट? इस सब सफेदी के पीछे एक राज है पूरा. आई स्टार्ट विद दैट.
A wonderful question to start, sir. First of all, let me take this opportunity to thank you, sir. Yesterday, when I saw your message, I was literally surprised. कि thinking कि गलती से number या नाम तो change ही ना हुआ. Anyway, first of all, thank you, sir. This is a wonderful question, sir. Many people, many students today, even I got motivated towards Navy just because of the white glamorous uniform. And I was wearing that for 3 years as an NCC cadet. तब से ये जो white uniform है, it looks so glamorous outside, but जब शाम को जब घर पहुंचते समय तब पता चलता है कि ये white कितना white है बाहर से, लेकिन end of the day to make it to maintain it, it was so difficult. As a college student wearing the NCC uniform, I should thank my mother to make it every week somehow dull. Many of the other issues and those that you miss a lot of white uniform, but it's very difficult. It's very difficult to maintain that. I don't know how many years I had it when I was on board ships, especially as an ex-officer. हमारे लिए तो डांगरी was scary. That time we had to wear white. Of course, kind of a blue was there, but as an OD or as an ex-officer, when you go outside to bathe, to the yard or wherever for the meetings, whitey were enough. So at least, I think 10 to 12 pairs was, I think in a year, I had to keep it.
Yes.
उसमें से डेमो वाला जो पेयर था डेमो ही भाई कैप से लेके पी कैप से लेके शूट तक it was a very big thing. I think that is something army being also will be finding it very easy. It was still glamorous outside, even on the frame also it looks so good.
Perfect. For the benefit of everyone, when Ashwant say about yard, shipyard, ship and all, these are the professional appointments नेवी में होते हैं. आगे बात करेंगे उसके बारे में. सो अश्वंत, जैसे कि मुझे मालूम है केरला में जनरली जहाँ मैं आई एम अ मलयाली एंड देन आई हैव सीन जनरली लोगों का आर्मी की तरफ इंक्लिनेशन होता है जनरली, एंड वेरियस रीजंस. मल्लुओं का आर्मी में ज्वाइन करने का रीजन, सो मेनी रीजंस आर देयर. एंड फिर हाउ डिड नेवी हैपन टू यू एंड देन द एनसीसी आल्सो, व्हाई नेवी की तरफ क्यों मुड़ा? So Ashwin, my question, I won't start ki why you wanted to join Navy directly. I'll come to that question धीरे धीरे. हम कहते हैं ना कि everyone on Instagram or social media, everyone say, white is glamour. आप लोग जब रेबैन पहनते हो, टोपी डालते हो, ये डालते हो, वो डालते हो. But both of us, since we have won the white, we were crazy towards white. I was crazy, very very crazy towards white. But glamour is one thing, and then the white, जब आप नेवी में जाते हो, आप जहाज में सर्व करते हो, so the pain behind the white, I'm not saying the pain, the sacrifice behind the white. So that is what मुझे आपसे जानना है कि do you agree with my statement or you want to contrast it?
100% I agree with you, especially as an ex-officer. Technical officers के लिए it is. Am I audible, sir? White, especially for an ex-officer, wherein which whether he is on board a ship or whether he is on board, whether he is on yard or headquarters, he has to wear white because every meeting he has to be in the white 8 days. So it looks glamorous. Yes, it is correct. With PCAP and medals on your chest, it looks glamorous when all the three services are there. And that's one thing which I think attracts many youth to join Navy. But there's a pain, or you can say it's not a pain. Yes, it's a sacrifice that many of us who have worn this uniform keep it inside. Is that the white has to be shining first thing, and it has to be bright. There are a lot of materials which we search for as an officer, which can give you that shine throughout the day, and after a week, after a month, after a year. It's very rare that we find such materials. But yes, there are some Japanese materials which is coming, and officers go for that. The thing is that every meetings as an OD, or whether OD means officer of the day, or whether to yard meetings, wherever you go as an ex-officer, you have to wear this. Not only ex-officers, technical officers also have to wear this. So it is very difficult, after a white. If you have been in schools, I think on Thursday or Wednesdays, white is compulsory. So you would have seen in the beginning when you started the school, that white which you got issued from the school would have been shining bright. Likewise, we also, when we started buying, when we bought the new uniform, maybe a 2 weeks or 3 weeks, that brightness will be there. Then all those same, we have certain liquids that we get as detergents, wherein which we try every month which detergent gives you the best to make it bright. uh, as an ex-officer throughout, I think 11 years, I think every year 12 pairs was minimum for me to keep it. Especially we had to maintain demo pairs, which is for certain visits. If a VIP is coming on board, or anything, we have to keep that demo pair, starting from the PCAP to your belt and to your shoes. The shoes was a difficult task to maintain because a scratch happens.
that entire shoes is gone. It was a tough task. It was a tough task. I think this is where you can say Army or Navy, Army or Air Force guy officers would have, sitting around, say, because they don't have to wear this white. Anyway,
Exactly.
those were the good moments, you can say. Sometimes we had to manage certain certain visit demo belt nahi hota tha, so we had to manage from the
Seriously.
by officer nearby cabin, because on board ships we have a lot of officers. There might be good officers who keep some 3 4 bells with you. Fun time, you can say. बहुत है sir. I think
हाँ,
if I start
तो
saying about this, a day will
जैसी
be there. A lot of
जैसी
moments
तो
are
जैसी तूने बोला गुड ऑफिसर जो 4 बेल्ट रखते हैं, मैं बोला यार मेरा कैटेगरी तो फिर एकदम थर्ड क्लास होगा। मैं तो
correct.
मांग मांग के लेता था यहाँ वहां से।
I think academy tenure, I forgot to tell only. If you are a good OG type officer, you maintain some 3 4 belt. दूसरा दिन तो वो belt भी गायब हो जाता था.
बेल्ट भी गायब हो जाए।
Not only belt, socks, and I don't want to say the other things.
एग्जैक्टली,
Anyway,
एग्जैक्टली। सो जब अश्वन ने बोला ही इज एन एक्स ऑफिसर, तो एक्स मतलब एक्स मत समझो, अभी का एक्स इज एक्स। तो सो नेवी हैज
X means executive officer. Correct.
नेवी हैज डिफरेंट ब्रांचेस। जो हमें सुन रहे हैं, आप लोग को आर्मी एयरफोर्स के बारे में बहुत पता है, तो नेवी के अलग अलग ब्रांच है, लाइक टेक्निकल ब्रांच एंड एग्जीक्यूटिव ब्रांच। तो अश्वंत इज फ्रॉम द एग्जीक्यूटिव ब्रांच। एग्जीक्यूटिव ब्रांच इज दैट ब्रांच जहां से सीएनएस निकलता है ना, इन शॉर्ट। जो चीफ ऑफ नेवल स्टाफ इज ऑलवेज फ्रॉम द एग्जीक्यूटिव ब्रांच। देन देयर आर टेक्निकल ब्रांच, जैसे मैं टेक्निकल ब्रांच हूँ, जो इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियर, मैकेनिकल इंजीनियर, बहुत सारे। अभी तो पूरी नेवी टेक्निकल हो गई है, बट स्टिल वी हैव ब्रांचेस। तो एग्जीक्यूटिव ब्रांच में कैप्टन जो होता है जहाज का, दे आर फ्रॉम एग्जीक्यूटिव ब्रांच। एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑफिसर बोलते हैं, एक्सओ जिसको बोलते हैं ना, एडजुडेंट, या ये बोलते हैं आर्मी में, दैट इज व्हाट एक्सओ। एक्सओ इज लाइक ही रन्स द शो पूरा। And then there are logistic officer, there are communication officer, there are navigation officer। तो नेविगेशन टीम एंड ऐसे अलग अलग विभिन्न विभिन्न बोसन में एक होता है। बोसन मतलब जो जहाज का देख रेख करता है। एंड देन देर आर लॉ ब्रांच, देन देर आर मेडिकल ब्रांच, देन देर आर एविएशन, बहुत सारी चीजें होती है। सो दैट इज व्हाई आई सेड एक्स ब्रांच। सो आप सबको जानने के लिए, अभी 2 दिन पहले वन ऑफ माई कोर्समेट हैज कम फ्रॉम दुबई, यू नो, आप राजेश बोल के। राजेश वॉज द टॉपर ऑफ आवर बैच, एंड देन उसने छोड़ दिया, 7 साल में छोड़ दिया था। तो हम लोग वी मेट, फिर बातें बीते किए, जो भी था, यू नो, ड्रिंक्स एंड खाना पीना। देन हमने चैलेंज लगाया कि ना पॉकेट में से सब लोग अपना रुमाल निकालो करके। ऑल ऑफ अस हुए देर, 4 of us इंक्लूडिंग वन लेडी ऑफिसर। चारों ने हमारा रुमाल निकाला ये देखने के लिए ना कि कलर क्या है रुमाल का। सो दैट वाज वाइट, एग्जैक्ट वाइट सभी का। तो ये जो आदतें हैं सफेद का, ये एकेडमी के टाइम से, जैसे अश्वंत ने बताया ना, तो एकेडमी में ऑल ऑफ अस, लाइक अश्वंत के टाइम में, मेरे टाइम में, वी हैड अ कबर्ड, ईच वन ऑफ अस एज अ कबर्ड। तो कबर्ड में हमें ना डेमो आइटम रखना होता था। डेमो मतलब जब इंस्पेक्शन होगा एकदम स्पार्कलिंग स्पिट वाइट, एक मिनट, हाँ, स्पार्कलिंग स्पिट वाइट जिसको बोलते हैं ना, वो वाला, वो, जस्ट वन सेक, जस्ट वन, सारा बीच में ना अपडेट आ गया। ओके। और अगर उसमें एक भी दाग होगा ना तो यू आर गॉन, यू आर गॉन। एंड दैट इज व्हाट, जैसे अश्वंत ने 12 पैर कपड़े बोले, तो यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि अश्वंत कितना ओजी ऑफिसर हुआ होगा, है ना। ही वाज लाइक अ मैं गिन के 3 4 पैर होते थे, लफड़ा होता बड़ा, यू नो, लाइक ऑलवेज अंडर पनिशमेंट कपड़े के लिए। सो देयर वाज एक स्टैंड अप कॉमेडियन फ्रॉम आवर वन ऑफ आवर सीनियर्स, कमांडर मनियाक मेहता, हु इज अ नेवल फाइटर पायलट। सर का एक स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी, इज अ स्टैंड अप कॉमेडियन आल्सो नाउ। ही वाज टेलिंग आर्मी को टेंशन ये रहता है दुश्मन से कैसे लड़े हैं ये वो। एयरफोर्स को टेंशन ये होता है कि अपना प्लेन कैसे चाहे। नेवी को टेंशन ये होता है कि कपड़े सफेद कैसे रखे करके, है
Very true, sir.
ना। सो दैट इज वेयर, सो माय सेकंड क्वेश्चन कम्स कि व्हाई नेवी, बीइंग अ केरलाइट, बीइंग अ मलयाली, जनरली हमारी इंक्लिनेशन जो होती है इट इज टुवर्ड्स आर्मी, यू नो। And my inclination to Navy was because Mumbai may I stay close to a naval colony. So that's for a later day. So what was your motivation to join Navy?
So first of all, motivation was not only just for Navy. I'm audible now?
Yes, yes.
My motivation was just to become a pilot. That
Oh.
was the sole reason I joined forces. So even when I went for the Navy SSB, he was asking why Navy. So I said, sir, whether Navy, Air Force, or Army, sir, it doesn't matter for me. My sole reason is to become a pilot. So because I went for SSC X entry, that time he was asking, now this entry for SSC executive branch. So now, beta, you
Hmm.
may not be able to become a pilot. I said, sir, maybe if there is a chance post executive, post joining, if there is a chance of becoming an becoming a pilot, because I've already cleared the PABT before. So if at all there is, I will apply for it. So there was no, I went for CDSC entry before my direct entry, this SSB which I got, wherein which I cleared the PABT for Air Force. Unfortunately, I didn't clear the SSB interview that time. So
Oh.
that PABT result was helpful when I joined 2 years post our basic training. The IG comes. Those who wants to become aviators can apply.
Aviators. True.
I applied, went for the aviation medicals. Unfortunately, I was found unfit because of my heart issue. My dream of becoming pilot got shut there. So Navy was not just my priority. Army, whether Army, Navy, or Air Force, if they were able to give me an aviation branch, I was ready for that. But I would like to correct one thing, sir, which you said, Kerala में Army को ज़्यादातर पसंद है.
Hmm. Hmm.
What I found in this last 2 years, interacting with a lot of students across colleges, schools, being having we are lucky or we are privileged that Ejimala is in Kerala, and a lot of students are now, if you ask them the first choice, they say Navy.
Oh.
Why? Because, and there's a reason also which they have understood. I don't know whether most of the aspirants who are listening to this, many of them are not aware. Even parents are also not aware. When as a student, when you are filling your form for NDA exam, your UPSC exam, wherein which you write the NDA exam, we say NDA exam, but there are two choices in that. One is NDA. Second choice is NAVAC. The full form is Naval Academy. So a candidate who clicks this NAVAC, he goes to Naval Academy for 4 years of basic training, wherein which he is getting a BTech certification from CUSAT,
Correct.
which of, many parents are not aware of it. Here, you sending a student after +2 to an engineering college or medicine, because यहाँ पे केरला में ज्यादातर लोगों को JEE नीट के पीछे, they want to become engineers or doctor. They are not aware. Here, Navy is giving you 4 years of BTech training. You are getting certified under CUSAT is giving you a certification. So if you ask today a Kerala student, a Mallu student, amongst the three forces, which one you prefer? They prefer Navy. They're
Oh,
very smart
that's
today, these guys,
that's
because they say, sir, यहाँ पे तो 4 साल करते ही हमें BTech certification मिल रहा है. So I think many are not aware of this. Take this opportunity, utilize it. You are getting a 4 years of BTech certification certified by CUSAT.
yeah. That's a news to me, to be very frank.
True, sir.
Why I'm saying news to me, because हमारे ज़माने में whenever I used to go to Calicut, my place, everyone was army. Maybe because my surrounding in a place called Koilandi was full of army guys, my uncles and all. But as you rightly said, the full form for CUSAT is Cochin University, right?
Cochin University for Science and
Technology.
Technology. Cochin University for Science and Technology. So
Great.
CUSAT is giving the BTech certification. 4 साल का एक BTech degree you are getting, and you are passing out के बाद you are passing out as a first class gazetted officer. So यहाँ पे now, through the awareness which I am giving as a founder of my academy, this is one thing which people are not aware.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
this is something everybody can utilize, because
Correct.
4 years BTech degree you are getting here.
Wait one.
बाहर पैसा देके लाखों रुपया खर्च करके हम इंजीनियरिंग के लिए जा रहे हैं. Engineering खत्म होते, you are not sure that you are getting a job or not. Many are stranded. Many are sitting in petrol pumps without jobs after BTech. I've seen, literally I've seen. So यहाँ पे आप लोगों को एक मौका मिल रहा है नेवी से. Through Navy, you're getting an opportunity to get a BTech certification.
Very
So
true.
Please utilize this. I always tell
Yeah.
this whenever I go for any talk.
No, thanks for bringing in that conversation, in midst of this. That question just happened. And I think जो भी सुनेंगे, whatever Ashwant had just said, it is like a golden words because 4 साल का engineering, when you join Navy, it is a big thing. पढ़ाई के साथ से the only tough part, what अश्वंत ने बताया कि जाना है अंदर, लेकिन वो जो 4 साल का टफ पार्ट between an engineer who does it from outside, like I have done my engineering from outside and then I joined Navy for various reasons. और जो नेवी में अभी इंजीनियरिंग करेंगे उनका जो डिफरेंस है, द बेसिक डिफरेंस इज दैट इन नेवी इन एकेडमी along with your academics, that is 4 years of engineering, you will have to do so many other things. The 8 sem will not be easy physically, mentally, socially, psychologically, jo bhi bolo. And then on top of that you have to study, and that is how the differentiation happens. That is where you become a different person. So that is what, thanks to Ashwant for bringing in that. And then what is the story of, I always admired NCC guys. Even today, all those who are in NCC, really appreciate. Why? Because I never had the opportunity to join NCC because my college was small, my school was small. I come from a very small place, and I always wanted ki NCC, but then I ended up being in Scout and Guides. ठीक है, उसका एक अपना चार्म है. एंड देन वी ऑलवेज यूज टू एडमायर कि बेस्ट कैडेट, डिस्ट्रिक्ट का बेस्ट कैडेट, स्टेट का बेस्ट कैडेट मीन्स अ डिफरेंट लेवल, एंड देन यू वर द नेशनल बेस्ट कैडेट ऑफ 2006. So how was that feeling? Abhi to whenever I go for the NCC day at Delhi, I can see that pride in that individual जो भी best cadet है. So I'm sure उसके बाद तो एकदम चांद तारे तोड़ लाए टाइप्स ना, because I know कि to reach there it is not easy, Ashwant. So what was that journey in short, so that जो भी NCC के बच्चे देखें, they will be motivated with this.
सर इन शॉर्ट आपने बोल दिया, अभी बहुत मुश्किल है उसका जवाब देना. Because
चल
this,
टाइम ले ले, चल,
let me
take your
let
time.
me sir, let me tell you one thing. Today if I am sitting, or today join Navy, everything of course, but that fact is, or if I'm proudly being a naval officer, the that chunk, or what made me today, is just because of NCC. And that is the sole reason I take, even today, if I get an opportunity to go and talk to any NCC cadet, or any NCC events, I take this proud. Sir, I didn't know, first of all, when I joined NCC, that how much depth, or how vast is this organization is all about. Just because of the charm of that white uniform, when I went for the admission for the college, which made me attracted towards it, I didn't think of twice, joined it, because I knew one thing, that through NCC also we can join forces as an
Correct.
officer, because there is something called NCC special entry. Now, but joining is easy, because when you have decent good height, if your communication is okay, basic physical standards, you will get into any of the NCC wings. But naval NCC is tough, because you have got limited seats compared with the army. Somehow I got joined first year, as any cadet, any NCC cadet will suffer. I also suffered, because parade was not that as easy. Every Saturday morning till afternoon, a ragda parade. Afternoon, we will get a two paratas and one mota curry. If biryani is there, we will get biryani. And first year, you will have to undergo a primary camp, that is called the annual training camp, which every cadet goes. Now, with your first year performance, your seniors advise you to go for a major camp in the second year. That is either a Republic Day camp, or your specified wing. Like for naval, you will go for Nauseni camp, which happens either at Karwar, or that time it used to be in Karwar only. So being a 6 foot tall guy, they suggested you go for RD. RD means Republic Day camp, which is one of the dream camp of any NCC cadet. अभी तक ये बेस्ट कैडेट का सोच आया भी नहीं, किसी ने बताया भी नहीं, ना मैंने किसी को देखा भी नहीं। तो आरडी कैम्प में आ गया। आरडी कैम्प में तीनों सर्विसेज, ट्राई सर्विसेज, आर्मी, नेवी, एयरफोर्स कम्स। तो हमें बोलते थे वेल्लतिल आशान मार। That used to be the term that SM used to call. I still remember those terms. Vellatil Ashan Mar Vannu. Because we don't know the army parade. For army, you have to lift your leg and stamp. And that patak sound has to be here. So the first camp was very tough. We our groins and all had scratches. You know, when you do the parade and all, how tough it is. Army parade. It's very tough. Literally tough. Somehow first two camps survived for the selection. बीच में ये पूछा, if any cadet would like to take part in the best cadet competition, he will become the unit's best cadet. That is a stage. I'm just going with the hierarchy of how you go and become the national best cadet. So as like everyone raised hand, I also raised hand. Selection के लिए you need to be good in drill, you need to be good in your firing, you need to be good in your communication skills, because interview होते थे. जीके का एक अलग सा टेस्ट. सर्विस सब्जेक्ट्स मीन नेवी, आर्मी, एयरफोर्स के लिए एक बुक होते थे, पढ़ना पड़ता था, बेसिक चीजें. देन यू हैव योर ऑब्स्टेकल कोर्सेस. आजकल ऑब्स्टेकल कोर्सेस नहीं थे, हमारे टाइम पे दे यूज्ड टू बी ऑब्स्टेकल कोर्सेस. सो दोज हु बिकम्स बेस्ट इन दिस becomes the unit ka best cadet. Then becomes a group level, wherein which all those units in the group get selected. You become group's best cadet. Next level is state ka best cadet. Between the groups in the state. In Kerala Directorate, we had 5 groups. So 5 best cadets. इनमें से select होके you become Kerala का best. Kerala and Lakshadweep एक directorate होते थे. It's still Kerala and Lakshadweep is one directorate. So you become Kerala and Lakshadweep directorate का best cadet, and you're representing the directorate, competing with 16 directorates. उस जमाने में 2006 में only 16 were there. Now it is 17. So there are 16 best cadets who come to Delhi. ये जो कैंप का सिलेक्शन जून में शुरू होते थे अगले जनवरी के लिए. So जून से you sacrifice your education, your academics. In a month there used to be 2 camps. So literally we had some 12 camps or something, 12 or 13 camps by the time we reached December. दिसंबर में 106 बच्चे सेलेक्ट 106 कैडेट सेलेक्ट होते थे, who represent the directorate and compete with other directorates at Delhi, in which one category is this best cadet. Best cadet के अलावा you have parade team, you have cultural team, you have guard of honor team, you have R&V team. So a lot of things. That's why this 106 cadet. So these best cadets, एक नेवी का होते थे, एक आर्मी, एक एयरफोर्स, senior wing. Similarly, junior wing. Junior wing means 8th standard, 9th standard is called junior wing NCC, for those who are not aware of this. So I was representing the senior division, senior wing naval. So I am senior wing who represent the naval, competing with 16 other cadets at Delhi. The challenge for us was nothing else, the extreme cold, because being a Mallu, being a Keralite, I have not seen facing that 1 degree, 2 degree at Delhi. So everything was fine except that tough extreme climate. एक ही चीज पे प्रॉब्लम हुआ था फायरिंग में, because I didn't feel my fingers were numb. But still, one thing which motivated me was my contingent commander's wordings. You know, you have 2 choice. Till now you sacrificed everything. अभी लड़ो या you give up. So these were the fine words. Still, I remember Squadron Leader Vernon Ambition sir, who was my mentor then. A lot of other people are there, but just before going for each event, he used to give that spark, firing. That words gives us that energy. So everything went well, God's grace. I was adjudged as the All India Naval Best Cadet for the year 2006. Standing in front of Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh, I still remember those words which that great man has said. You may feel today you are standing on top of the world, but एक चीज याद रखना बेटा, अचीवमेंट तब होता है जब आप यहां से जाने के बाद आपसे थ्रू एक और बच्चे अगर सेलेक्ट हो जाएगा अगली बार, और ये आपसे जैसे सेम, when he or she is standing here getting the same achievement what you got, that is called as a real achievement. he was addressing our the entire lot after when individual ceremony, जैसे एक baton होता था, prime minister's baton, which is something you can say out of 16 lakh NCC cadets. Today I don't know the strength, maybe some 17 or 18. Out of 16 lakh NCC cadets, one from each wing gets this baton, wherein which लिखा होता है PM's baton. एक गोल्ड मेडल, फिर एक ट्रॉफी मिलते थे उस टाइम। वीकेडी कमीशन नहीं हुआ था, वीकेडी का एक बड़ा सा, आई थिंक इट वाज वेइंग समवेयर अराउंड फ्रॉम 3-4 kg। ये 3 चीजें देते थे प्राइम मिनिस्टर, एंड समथिंग प्राउड यू कैन से सर, यू फील ऑन टॉप ऑफ इट। इफ दैट was something which was beyond the dream, after that representing the country and going to a foreign country, that to NCC का कैंप 12 दिन का, पूरा खर्चा NCC will take care, and you are representing the country as a youth ambassador going to a foreign country. I was selected for youth exchange program to Singapore. Amongst the 6 naval cadets from India got selected, I was only from Kerala. 12 days, full expenditure by the government. Being with other foreign national cadets is something which is something beyond the dreams. And I was proud. आने के बाद जब कॉलेज में वापस आओगे ना, so you can imagine how much you are equally like a celebrity. So I would say I was thankful to God that my college time went went like went like a celebrity after second year.
नहीं नहीं
Everything goes to NCC, and a lot of hard work behind my ANO, my seniors, and a lot of instructors. Thankful to everyone. Today, if I am here because of whatever it is, NCC is the foundation that has given me.
नहीं like all of us are proud of you, and अभी भी it's not easy to get that baton. We all know कि फौज में या कहीं पे भी it is a prestigious thing, and then celebrity तो क्या celebrity जैसे क्या, you are a celebrity brother, है
अरे
ना?
सर सर एक चीज भूल गया, लोगों को ये भी पता नहीं है कि एनसीसी, कुछ लोग एनसीसी, कुछ बच्चे एनसीसी में इसलिए ज्वाइन करते हैं थोड़ा ग्रेस मार्क मिलता है, बट दे आर नॉट अवेयर दैट 3 years in NCC, if you serve, you see all 3 class of life. Initially, yes, it is tough because you are seeing the worst part, parade, खाना भी नहीं मिल रहे होंगे कैंप में। I have seen हमारे लेडीज फिंगर, सांबार में लेडीज फिंगर के बीच में से used to get that कीड़ा coming out. I've seen that stage. That is you can say the lowermost class of life. Yes, of course, that toughness, everything. But when you get into the like when you do an RD camp, then you see the second stage of life also, wherein which you get decent good kana, decent good stay. Initially, when you go to the when you go to put I don't know whether I should use this or not. When you go to do shit, it used to be that mud wala jahan pe you have dug it and you sit and you jump and go out. That used to be the initial stage. Second stage, you will get decent good toilet. Third stage is a royal life. You see, can you as a civil student, can you imagine visiting the Rashtrapati Bhavan? Chief of Army Staff or Navy Staff or Air Force Staff ka ghar. These are the perks. These are the something which a normal student or normal आदमी भी सोच नहीं सकता, ये एनसीसी को मिल रहा है। It makes you a person wherein which you don't have to bend towards anyone. It makes you a person who can stand tall. I mean, I'm telling about a student who always have to behind somebody. Here, he makes you that NCC makes you from a boy, it makes you a man. Like we say, joining forces makes you a man, but NCC converts you from a teenage to a man, to a man totally, you can say.
वेरी वेरी वेल स्पोकन ना अश्वंत, अभी साला ऐसे लग रहा है ना कि क्यों मिस किया करके ना, एनसीसी में नहीं था करके ना, सो दैट्स अ बिग फोमो नाउ। एंड वन मोर थिंग यहाँ आई नीड टू आस्क यू, आई सॉ द कॉमरेडरी जब मैं अभी एनसीसी डे, थैंक्स टू कैप्टन डीवीएस एंड शिवराज एंड ऑल, दे इनवाइटेड 2 साल से, आई मीन वंस वी वेंट टुगेदर फॉर दैट, वहाँ पे ना मैंने देखा कि जो यू आर ऑल्सो एक्सप्लेनिंग मी कि जो एनसीसी एक्स एनसीसी कैडेट्स होते हैं या कोई अब्रॉड सेटल होता है, नॉट नेसेसरली सब लोग फौज ज्वाइन करते हैं ना, पीपल आर डॉक्टर्स, पीपल आर इंजीनियर्स अब्रॉड, बिग बिग पोजीशंस एंड all of them come, many of them come on that NCC day and वहाँ आप लोग बैच लगाते हो and all. So I saw that entire thread of connection जिसको बोलते हैं ना, weaving throughout. So इसका it is like फौज, मुझे
ट्रू
फौज का पूरा ये लगा ना कि wherever you go you are a फौजी, है ना वैसे.
ट्रू सर, ये वी से ऑलवेज वंस एन एनसीसी कैडेट ऑलवेज एन एनसीसी कैडेट. वो जो बॉन्डिंग है सर, इट इज यू कैन आई होप यू एंड अदर्स आल्सो नो एनसीसी इज द nation's largest uniformed youth organization after FAW. It's the second largest uniformed youth organization. And you would have seen a lot of groups are there. NCC का largest, there's an Instagram पे भी एक largest group NCC, All India Friends, where Bikesh is heading. So ये जो camaraderie, sir, even हर एक का, like RDC का एक अलग सा ग्रुप है. यूथ एक्सचेंज प्रोग्राम जो कंट्री को रिप्रेजेंट करके जो बाहर गए. आई एम इन अ ग्रुप कॉल्ड एक्सपा, वेर इन विच 88 से जो गए हैं, who have gone for YEP, they are still there in the group, serving different forms of life, even in India, abroad, doing a lot of service to the nation. This expa group goes to various NCC camps. They conduct personality development camps across, free of cost. It's a service that these NCC cadets are doing, the ex NCC cadets. तब से 88 से जो group है, it's a wonderful platform. Even I take this opportunity to go wherever if I'm called, to motivate these students. And because my service, my experience being an NCC cadet, because that journey started from NCC. And that cadet, if I, being an NCC cadet from a middle class background, can join Forge as an officer, anybody, any NCC cadet can join.
Very true. Very true. That's a golden word you said. And so my salute to the organization NCC as this thing. And जैसे प्राइम मिनिस्टर मनमोहन सिंह सर ने आपको बोला था, so could you realize that dream because of you finally Kerala? I I I remember you telling me this story. So could
So
you
that
complete
started
that
from,
circle?
so lot of achievements had happened. 2007, immediately after the year, my own junior from the college just missed by missed by 3 points. He couldn't become. Then I joined service. तो फिर बहुत tough मिला. So when I towards the end of my career, जब IG आया था, एनसीसी पोस्टिंग का एक, बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली कोचिन में आया था. कैलिकट में था वैकेंसी, लेकिन आईजी नहीं आ पाया, आईजी नहीं आया था. फॉर्चुनेटली और अनफॉर्चुनेटली कोचिन में मेरा पोस्टिंग आया एज इन 7K नेवल एनसीसी यूनिट. Wonderful to be there, one of the gem students, gem cadets, you can say, amongst the Kerala and Lakshadweep Directorate, especially all those colleges like Sacred Arts College, St. Albert's, Maharaja's College, a lot of college, Kufos. If I start taking names, a lot of colleges are there, schools are there. You get good cadets over there. So I could train these cadets personally. I was behind these best cadets, but unfortunately, the cadet whom I trained, by the time I got retired in 2019. Immediately in 2021, I could see after 2006, the next best cadet that we got was in 2021, the naval cadet.
Oh,
Immediately in 2022, we got a best cadet from Navy. I'm telling about Navy. 2020, we had an Army SW best cadet, Bhavana. She is now in OTA. They were all NCC cadets. So good that I could give some motivation towards making them the best cadets. So finally, I could say today, even today, every year, I am behind them. Even this year, we missed by 5 points. She was All India fifth best cadet. But that will go, sir. Till my last breath, I will be there
yes,
for
yes,
this
yes.
organization.
That is what the thread binds you. Now, once you decided कि pilot बनना ही है करके, है ना, then how do you prepare for your Navy? This is for the Navy SSB and all. This is for the benefit of the student community who want to join Army, Navy, Air Force. The way I prepared, that is available in my various podcasts. So I would focus more on your preparation.
जब सीडीएसई का कॉल आया, I immediately called squadron leader Vernon Ambition sir. He's now wing commander, retired also. So उस time sir was squadron leader. He
So
was not a pilot.
you are from Navy का CDS entry से है क्या? You are from the
Sir,
CDS entry.
I cleared the CDS exam. My first preference was Air Force. So I went for Air Force SSB at Mysore. So मुझे PABT के बारे में ज़्यादा जानकारी नहीं था. So
Hmm.
I called up वेणु सर. वेणु सर से पूछा सर ये PABT के लिए थोड़ा टिप्स दे दो. Because SSB के बारे में by then I gained lot of knowledge through Colonel Gobomar sir. He was a GTO. I was lucky enough to be under him because he was also our best cadet ka mentor was Gobomar sir. So he guided me a lot of things about SSB, a lot of things, and that's only requirement that you need. Even today, I tell, even though I have an academy, I tell students that you need not require coaching for SSB. You just need certain guidance, what it is all about. But PABT के बारे में मुझे ज़्यादा जानकारी नहीं था. So because PABT is one thing, okay, full form of PABT is Pilot Aptitude Battery Test. Now, what it is all about, I didn't know about it. And ये चीज लाइफ में एक ही बार दे सकते हैं कैंडिडेट. You can give only once. If you clear, yes, you have the flying skills. If not, then you will never ever become a pilot in your lifetime. So sir ने बोला there are two types. One is you will be sitting inside a machine wherein which you will be holding a joystick. एक पेडल होगा पैर में, दो दो लाइक लेफ्ट एंड राइट पेडल होंगे, आपके पैर उसके ऊपर रखेंगे आप. फिर एक हेडसेट पहनोगे आप विच विल हैव वॉइसेस कमिंग. maybe it can come in your right or left, and there is something on your right side of your where you're sitting right side, there will be a lever wherein which you have to push ahead or piche. So now this joystick is something, and what you have to do on the screen is there's a small ball which you have to align it screen के बीच में. अभी बहुत चेंजेस हुआ पीएबीटी में सर. हमारे टाइम पे एक जो प्लस साइन था उसके बीच में, जितना बीच में यू कैन मैनेज दिस बॉल, that is better for you in scoring marks. So holding this joystick and with the pedals, you have to manage this ball in between the cross. Now beach mein you will get voices. It will be like ping sound coming onto your right or to your left ear. So whichever ear it is coming, like, then you have to, if it is right, you have to push the lever ahead. If it is left, you have to push the lever behind. So managing the ball between the cross, when the voice come onto the right, you will be pulling the lever right or left. This is one thing you have to, this is machine wala test, machine test. Then you have something called listening skill, wherein which an instructor will be taking a class, basic classes about flying ke basic parameters, falana dimkana, he will teach you. After that, you will be given a booklet wherein which you will write what you have learned through a questionnaire. You clear both of this, you will clear the PABT. So I was lucky that I cleared the PABT, which is for your lifetime. So for today, there are a lot of changes in PABT. A lot of machine changes have come. So be updated with a pilot, with any Air Force officer, especially a pilot, for PABT related stuff. That's my advice. I'm an oldie. 2007. I have given this AFSB Mysore. So motivation was, sir, this is how I prepared for aviation. This is how I prepared for PABT. SSB, it's the same across the board, whether it's Army, Navy, or Air Force. You have those things, qualities, you will.
So was the first attempt, second attempt?
Sure. My first attempt was +2 TES entry. There is something called TES entry, technical entry scheme, which a +2 candidate can give after his 10+2. Based on your PCM 75% and above, you can. So I went for the +2 TES, 12 SSB Bangalore. Cleared the SSB interview. That was my first SSB. Unfortunately, in the All India merit list, my name didn't come. I was 112 in the rank, only 80 vacancies were there. I was very much disappointed, didn't give up, joined college. I knew BSc Physics or BSc Maths, you can still become pilot. Even though I got BSc Physics, I didn't take. I took BSc Maths. Just wanted to play, enjoy my college time. Gave my CDS. I knew I have CDS attempt. I knew I had NCC special entry. I knew there is SSC aviation direct entry. I knew there is AFCAT entry. A lot of entries after graduation a candidate can give. So I went for my second SSB after becoming best cadet. That was direct entry Army. I was screened out.
Oh,
Third,
screened out, huh?
third was CDS entry, which I cleared. Conference out. My fourth SSB was this SSC X direct entry.
Oh, okay. The important message and lesson learned here to all the youngsters who would be watching is never be disappointed. Okay, that is one. Second thing is be prepared. You should know what is your path. ठीक है? There is no yesterday बोलते हैं ना, today is the best day. Till yesterday, if you don't know, I think today is the day you should start planning ahead. What all entries and how. And nowadays, to say it has become easy in terms of awareness. There are so many people like the mentors like you and so many others who help youngsters. So that was this part. So now when we all of us have some stories, all of us. And I was just wondering when you were discussing, now you said you joined Navy in 2008, na?
Correct.
Uh, and that is the year I retired from Navy, 10 years. So that is how the life is. है ना? So how was your journey in academy? You were from the AIMLA batch or from the Goa?
I'm from Mandvi, same academy
Acha,
where
okay,
you were.
same academy of arts. Okay, okay. So any memorable instances, I would also maybe a short couple of minutes if you can tell. Lot of people listen to our stories, how academies were, how life is different as a civilian youngster out of a college or engineering college or whatever graduation you do, and then when you step inside, what is the difference according to you? How did life change for you?
So, Pele sir, I thought being an NCC cadet, going for RDC, it will be a bit easy for me. Keeping this in mind, my immediate senior, I would like to take his name also here because he had played a lot of role in my upbringing in NCC. He's now Lieutenant Colonel in Army. So Nijil Nair sir. So Nijil sir he was a motivator behind me for making me that best cadet, and also he had played a lot of role in that. When I was in third year, he got selected for OTA. He cleared from Allahabad board and he joined OTA. For his term break, he had come to our NCC day celebration. So I was asking Nijileta, being an NCC cadet, so it will be a bit easy, right? The academy tenure and all. He said, I don't want to use those bad words, but in sweet words, he said, this is just not even 1/10 what we have seen in NCC. So I thought, okay, fine, let's see. So academy time. First 2 weeks, as everyone knows that it's a honeymoon period where you will be treated like a good gentleman cadets. Yes, you are gentleman cadets throughout the tenure, but you are gentleman cadet for that 2 weeks where you will be getting good treatment. I was Malla sponsor, Gomti division. So you
So I
would have
would I
seen
would
that.
also I would also add here gentleman cadet plus woman cadet. The women
Oh,
officers
yes, yes,
will
yes.
be
Sorry, I
joining.
missed it.
Yeah,
Gentlemen and women cadet
women
over
cadet.
here.
Yes.
Yes, 2 weeks honeymoon period for
So you
everyone.
were from Gomti.
Gomti sir.
अरे सही है मेरा ही डिवीजन है. I'm from Gomti.
That's why we are sharing the same vibe.
हाँ वही वही तो गोमती वालों
देखा
का भाई.
टी शर्ट भी हमने सोचा भी नहीं, somewhat similar.
सीरियसली ये मुझे पता नहीं था तू गोमती का है करके. Awesome.
Gomti sir. So 2 weeks honeymoon went like this. They treated us well. Yes, they treated us well throughout the tenure. But 2 weeks mundane routine of getting up at of course, yeah, they say pipe will be you will get that alarm which is like a pipe, you will say the Bosman pipe which you say. So the alarm is like pipe, you will get up at 6, but you will get up before that. So first 2 weeks normal routine PT, academy, going to your academy block, have lunch. Afternoon, yes, something swimming, parade, whatever. Going, coming back, sleeping. 10 o'clock, pipes down. You sleep. Sharp 2 weeks over. The 15th day, we have seen all the stars in the sky. We have counted all the stars. That Ragda, of course, the word Ragda will be famous for, I mean, everyone who is watching here. Ragda is something wherein which it makes you tough, not only physically, it makes you mentally tough, wherein which the cadets will have to undergo certain rolling push-ups. Maybe you will get some punishments like go back to your barrack, come back wearing some other type of uniform, maybe some other type. Again and again you may wear 3 4 uniforms. Coming back, you will have to, have your buddy on your shoulder. So all types of physical pain that you will undergo in Ragda. So it was fun. Initially you found it difficult because you were not used to it, but that nights when it passed 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, still you're doing different types. You will not get bored. That is fantastic thing that the seniors have done. They will not make you do the same physical thing that, like, for example, if you've done a push-up, that push-ups you may think 10, 20, but you will, by the time of completing the course, 300 push-ups, 300 sit-ups, it makes a cakewalk for you. So all these 6 pack, 8 packs that you see for the celebrities, all these cadets would have had. So it not only makes you physically fit, mentally fit. That is something that we adore, or we get as a byproduct. Mental fitness. It makes you physically strong, yes, but at the same time, mental fitness. Today, if any situation, any challenges that comes, that mental challenge that comes, it today, if I'm able to withstand, that's all because of the ragdas or training that we have gone through. A lot of memorable moments, sir. Even
So
I was
every course has some or the other moment. Even
Every
few
course
days,
has got a Namuna course mate.
Namuna and
I will
every
not take the
course.
name of it. We also had a good course mate, a wonderful course mate. Because of him, every day was to be wonderful. To all those who are listening, have you seen the tire rolling? So from our academy block, sir को पता है academy block बिल्कुल कोने में थे मल्ला वाला. वहां से swimming pool is, I think, almost some, no, I think 2 kilometers or something, and the road is a tar वाला road. उसमें जैसे टायर रोल करते थे, we had to do rolling like this. And because of this wonderful guy, every day used to be like a tire rolling for us. पता नहीं यहाँ से from here till your back पूरा चील के, wonderful scar still there. My kids used to ask, what is this? So I used to tell them, this is the thing. And they have started rolling nowadays. So नमूने उन कोसमेट की वजह से every year, every day used to be wonderful. Something or the other used to be there. And swimming used to be another wonderful thing which I should not forget. Of course, I was lucky that I knew swimming. But for all those who didn't know swimming, dry swimming कराते थे. और आपको पता है, if it is a summer time, ठार वाले रोड पे कितना गर्मी होते थे. And when you remove all this, सिर्फ आपके चड्डी पहन के, you assume you are doing swimming on the tar वाले रोड पे, स्विमिंग कर रहा है चड्डी पहन के. वाह, वंडरफुल ना. यहाँ पे पूरा आयरन बॉक्स जैसे लगाया होगा, पूरा छील के. सो वंडरफुल टाइम वी हैड.
Yeah. I would add here, like what Ashwin said, na. मैं नॉन स्विमर था हार्डकोर
ओ
मुंबई
माय
से.
गॉड.
वेर यू गेट दिस थिंग, एंड देन जैसे अश्वन ने बताया ना, पहला 2 वीक इज अ हनीमून पीरियड. तो एक्चुअली अपने को पता भी नहीं था कि ऐसे होता है करके. फॉर आवर बिलीफ वाज थ्रू आउट एकेडमी ऐसे ही होगा करके. एंड देन नॉन स्विमर्स लाइक अस, हम लोग को शैलो एंड में लेके जाते थे और छोड़ दे, बोलते खेलो करके. एंड यूज्ड टू बी सो हैप्पी कि अरे क्या मजा है करके ना, शैलो एंड में पानी में रोज खेल के आने का, यही लाइफ है करके. एंड एज यू राइटली सेड, 15th डे में जो हुआ, उसके बाद इवन टुडे तो आई एम अ गुड स्विमर नाउ, बट इवन टुडे जब भी स्विमिंग पूल को फर्स्ट टाइम पानी में उतरने के टाइम आज भी पैर कांपता है ना, कि जो 15 दिन में 15 डे पे ना, वो जो कुमार साहब थे, ही वाज उस्ताद देयर, उसने ना बाल पकड़ के डीप एंड में ना नीचे तक लेके जाके ऐसे ऊपर लाया था 2 बार. एंड आई सेड
And And second thing, for all those non-swimmers छोड़ो, swimmers के लिए भी you may be good in swimming. फिर हमारा एक जंप होते थे पहले. You would have seen हर स्विमिंग पूल में 3 लेवल का प्लैंक्स रखा होता था. So that topmost, that I forgot the height of it. I think it is 10 10 feet I think. वहां
10
से जंप
feet या
करना
10
उतना
feet?
आसान नहीं है.
10 feet नहीं
Especially,
रे, 10 मीटर, 10 मीटर था.
correction, 10 meter वाले jump, which is a dreadful one. And I would say, go and try it. Whatever that feeling which comes. उसमें हमारे उस्ताद, हमारे trainers used to tell, साहब, they used to tell cadets, please cover your, the valuable asset with hand like this, okay, when you jump. And the other one is, you have to hold your nose like this. So दो हाथ दो जगह बंद करके रख देना, आपके भलाई के लिए है. सो एक है नाक, दूसरा है, आपको पता है, द वैल्यूएबल एसेट व्हिच इज डाउन, especially for the male cadets, I'm telling, because these two things, when you are jumping, because you will not dive, you will jump with your foot will be going down first. So what happens when you are diving from 10 meters, your legs start separating. So it's better that you hold it. So ये जो jump, ये बोलने के बावजूद भी there are नमूने लोग who forget
अरे तू
forget
मुझे
to cover
नमूना
this,
बोल रहा है.
who
I know.
forget this holding it. It was to be fun time after jumping there. And तीसरा sir, I mean, having we all are used to having rice and whatever at home with hand. Academies, you have to have mandatorily with fork and spoon. So, chicken piece, and especially if it is not a breast piece chicken, अगर आपको गलती से भी leg piece मिल गया, तो फिर गया. You will have a tough time cutting it. So, seating is something like your seniors will be sitting on your right side and left side. आगे भी ऐसे होते हैं. तो it's like a box. You have to take permission, sit. So, if you have this leg piece or a गोल वाला piece chicken मिल गया गलती से, तो फिर उसको काटने में बहुत मुश्किल होता है. समटाइम्स द पीस गोज फ्रॉम वन प्लेट टू अनदर. तो यहाँ पे हमारा पनिशमेंट बहुत मजा वाला था. इट वाज अ फन पार्ट. सो एवरी मिस्टेक दैट यू मेक, वेदर a noise coming from the spoon and fork touching your plate, just drink one glass of water, one glass, and that too full sip. You have to turn like bottoms up. So हर एक गलती के लिए, so minimum you can imagine a cadet initially he makes 5 mistakes. So can you imagine you drinking 5 glasses of water in one stretch? अगर आपने पिया नहीं है, if you have not tried this, एक बार ट्राई करके देखना. 5 ग्लास पानी back to back you drink, what will be your state? And you know what will happen, you will be vomiting. So you have to, so this is fun part. You get all luxurious food, but the problem is with your spoon and fork, you're not used to it. So many people have turned veg in the beginning stage just to avoid this chicken and other thing. And
Nice, man. Nice,
a
man.
lot
I
of funs
can.
are there, but I think I'll keep it short, sir.
Yes,
It
yes.
takes a day if we start go by academy.
Yes, yes. Hey, so all those who will be listening, academy life is enjoyable with so many things, to be, we all of us have our own memories. So I'm sure जब भी जिससे भी आप मिलोगे फ्यूचर में भी ना, like me and Ashwant छोड़ के भी आप किससे भी मिलोगे, everyone will be having same stories, same different experiences. So that is the beauty of any academies, Navy, Army, Air Force, ये. But we need to be careful at the same time. I tell all the cadets जो all those aspirants and someone who is joining the Army, Navy, Air Force Academy, बहुत ज़्यादा भी जोश नहीं होना चाहिए. Because what happens, unfortunate part, uh, which I would like to touch here, unfortunate part is कि ट्रेनिंग के दौरान आपको कुछ इंजुरी हो गया, इफ यू आर इंजर्ड ड्यूरिंग द ट्रेनिंग, ठीक है, इफ दैट इंजुरी इज मैनेजेबल, देर आर बेस्ट हॉस्पिटल, सिक डेज एंड ऑल. बट इफ इट इज नॉट मैनेजेबल, you will be told to go, and then without anything. So that is what is the only unfortunate part about the training. So you need to be really really careful. And swimming वगैरह सीख के जाओ पहले से, तो it would be, all those who would listen, it would be this thing. So how was your passing out straight away?
So before that, since you said about the injuries and all, one thing I would also like to add on is the running posture. We say running kaise karna chahiye. If your running posture is not correct, if your entire feet is touching and you're running, there are chances of shin fractures. Many of our course mates, because we join after graduation, and many of them were not athletes. So if you're not an athlete, what happens is that if you don't know the correct posture of running, shin fractures, it was a very common thing which many of my course mates had shin fractures and they had to be hospitalized. Second thing, that many were not aware to take care of your feet because you are almost 24 into 7 wearing your socks and boots or shoes. So what happens is that because of sweat, moisture, your infection between the fingers, it adds on, and many had infections. So taking care of the feet is very mandatory. Whenever you get an opportunity to remove the socks and dry it out with certain powders or whatever, do that, which will help you in preventing infection. So moving on, sir.
Yeah,
Sorry.
thanks to add that. Thanks, Ashwin, for adding that. I think nobody
Because
tells this in academy. That is the
very true, sir.
unfortunate part. You know.
Because many my candidates who have joining the academy, they ask me, sir, any advisors to keep in mind before joining the academy. So these are the certain things which I experienced, which many of my seniors, I mean, I got this information through my seniors who have joined Nijil sir and all who have guided me. So I still pass on this information. I take this event or this your podcast as an opportunity to share.
True, true,
Taking
true,
care
true.
of your feet, whether you join defense or not, second, I mean, wherever, because morning से लेके अगर आप shoe पहन रहे हो, socks पहन रहे हो, you will be sweating. So take care of your feet when you come back. Dry it out, put some powders. This will prevent infection. Second is the running posture. You're not running. If you're running, uh, sir is an ultra marathoner. He's the best person to guide on it. Otherwise, shin fractures are very common. So these are the two things. फिर जोश में होश मत खोना.
True, true, true.
So वो ध्यान रखना, बस इतना है सर. Moving on to the passing out parade, sir. I would that is goosebumps. अभी भी when you think about it, it is giving me goosebumps. We had a separate. We were called as O courses, orientation courses. Apart from the 3 years, उस टाइम पे 3 साल होते थे प्लस टू के बाद नेवैक. आजकल 4 साल हुआ बिकॉज वी नाउअडेज 8 टर्म्स अदर. उस टाइम में 6 टर्म्स एंड हमारा terms we were O courses. We just had six months. So 6 months flew like this, and पीओपी के पासिंग आउट के जो कार्रवाइयाँ 1 महीने पहले शुरू होते थे. We had a separate platoon wherein which we had a parade commander also to do our platoon. And it is of course a memorable moment. You would have seen Amaran movie mein or any passing out like Lakshya mein, all those things, that Kadak wala drill that you see, and it is a goosebumps. I can say I was lucky that my parents and my girlfriend was there who visited, and it was almost ditto when we were watching the movie Amaran. Almost it was the same. She was there, and that passing out she was able to see. It is I don't know, I can't say it because സദ്യ കഴിച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ എങ്ങനെ ഉണ്ടെന്ന് ചോദിക്കുന്ന ഇതിന്റെ മാതിരിയാണ് ഇപ്പൊ സാറ് ചോദിച്ചത്. How is it? It is of course you feel blessed. You are I always say even money cannot buy everything. One thing here I would say, even Ambani, I have been to Antilla. I've been Antilla is where he resides. I've been there. Even he can't buy this with money. That is what we earn it. We have earned it. That Antim Pug who crosses it after doing the entire training, that is a moment where you feel, oh wow, 6 months or 3 years, that training that I have done is worth it. Still, I feel goosebumps when I say that
Very
Antim
true,
Pug.
very true.
And when you come out and do all you see in the videos, it's the same. You throw the cap, do all those knuckle push-ups, and it's a
Yeah, yeah.
feeling which is
It's a goosebump, like though I'm 10 years senior to you, but I can still resonate what you said. Same thing. And someone who's 10 years senior to me, he or she will also say same thing. कि ये वो moment है करीब. And there are sadists, like अभी मैंने भी the same thing I had said कि अम्बानी चाहेगा तो भी उसके बच्चों के लिए नहीं ली. Someone said अम्बानी क्यों चाहेगा first of all, है ना? नहीं चाहिए उसको करके. ठीक है, ऐसे भी होता है. But there's a
so
moment. There's a
it is a
moment
moment.
we all live. Only one question I have to ask. So you said your girlfriend also had come to see. So she's still, अभी जो
She's my
wife है
wife.
वही है ना? हाँ,
She's
फिर ठीक है.
she's the same wife, sir.
फिर ठीक है, फिर ठीक है. ऐसे. So now coming to the professional part, बहुत लोगों को नेवी के बारे में नहीं मालूम है. Probably very few of us, thanks to the social media or Instagram. Probably I was one of those first guy who was from the Navy who was there on the social media. And later, अभी भी कोई नहीं है. You are there, I am there, and probably Rawat sir is there. And बहुत गिन चुन के 10 भी नहीं होंगे, uh, निखिल है, and few others. So नेवी के बारे में लोगों को नहीं पता है, So since you are an officer from the executive branch is जो पूरा जहाज चलाते हैं, सब कुछ, बेस में, then there are different this thing. How is the life of a naval personnel on a ship? Very very specific question, because since the executive branch here, so start.
This question answer will take at least, I think, 2 days to complete. But I will, I'll say certain specific things which everyone should know. When you pass out from the academy,
Why
as
again, just to cut you, कि बहुत लोग देखेंगे, सिविलियंस भी देखेंगे, काफी लोग देखेंगे ये,
understood,
तो उनके लिए एक ग्रे कलर का जहाज, जो लग्जरी शिप नहीं है, क्रूज शिप नहीं है, मर्चेंट शिप नहीं है, नेवल वॉरशिप है, सबका एक परसेप्शन होता है. सो आई वांट यू टू एड्रेस दैट परसेप्शन. या
got it. So academy के बाद एक कैडेट पहला शिप में आता है, उसका ट्रेनिंग फेज होता है. सी ट्रेनिंग एक लेग होता है हमारा 6 महीने का, जिसमें यू विल बी पुट इनटू अ कैडेट ट्रेनिंग शिप, जो तीर जैसा शिप्स होता है, जो कैडेट ट्रेनिंग शिप, जिसमें यू एज अ कैडेट डजंट नो व्हाट दिस शिप ऑल अबाउट. आपको शिप का फोक्सल क्या है, आगे जो चीज है फोक्सल या क्वार्टर डेक पीछे जो होता है, कुछ पता नहीं. सो यू एज अ कैडेट हैव टू लर्न द शिप, हैव टू नो अबाउट द शिप कैसे होता है. आप जैसे शिप चढ़ते समय, जो हम स्टेयरकेस बोलते हैं, हम उसको गैंगवे बोलते हैं. सो गैंगवे से आप चढ़ के शिप में आते हो. द डोर्स आप देखा होगा बहुत छोटे होंगे, 4 फीट ही हाइट होंगे, जैसे 6 फीट में 6 फीट आदमी घुस के जाना पड़ता है अंदर. everywhere you walk you will have to, it's very constrained, space is very constrained. You sleep in a cabin, the rooms are called as cabin, जहाँ पे आप सोते हैं. बस ऐसे मुड़ने के लिए जगह होता है, उतना ही एक छोटा सा बेड होता है सोने के लिए. एंड द शिप इज ड्रिवन, जैसे आप स्टीयरिंग पकड़ के कार में ड्राइव करते हो, शिप में उसका ब्रिड्ज बोलते हैं हम, जिस जहां से पूरा शिप को कंट्रोल करते हैं, उसको बोलते हैं ब्रिड्ज. फिर जहां से एक ऑप्स रूम होता है जिसमें डिसीशंस आर मेड, जहां पे ऑप्स रूम, शिप का हर चीज मॉनिटर करने के लिए एक ऑप्स रूम होता है. फिर इंजन चलाने के लिए इंजन चाहिए, इंजन रूम होता है. इंजन रूम, इंजन मॉनिटर करने के लिए इंजन रूम कंपार्टमेंट होता है, जिसको एमसीआर बोलते हैं हम. सिमिलरली इलेक्ट्रिसिटी चाहिए होता है घर में, जैसे इलेक्ट्रिसिटी चाहिए शिप में भी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी ड्रिवन होता है, उसके लिए भी यू नो हाउ इट इज, डीजी से, डीजल जनरेटर से इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. देन पूरा इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पूरा शिप को इक्विपमेंट्स को देने के लिए, उसको मॉनिटर करने के लिए यू हैव एन इलेक्ट्रिकल ऑफिसर. सिमिलरली यू हैव एन इंजीनियरिंग ऑफिसर. ये पूरा फिर सप्लाई राशन वगैरह देने के लिए, वो देखभाल करने के लिए आपको एक लॉजिस्टिक ऑफिसर होता है. पूरा शिप को कंट्रोल करने के लिए एक्स ब्रांच या एग्जीक्यूटिव ब्रांच ऑफिसर का काम होता है. जैसे मैं एग्जीक्यूटिव ब्रांच का ऑफिसर था, जिसमें भी स्पेशलाइजेशंस होता है. जो शिप को नेविगेट करता है उसको बोलते हैं नेविगेटिंग ऑफिसर. जो एग्जीक्यूटिव ब्रांच में शिप को नेविगेट करने वाले ऑफिसर को नेविगेटिंग ऑफिसर बोलता है. वो पूरा आपने देखा होगा चार्ट्स वगैरह, मैप्स को चार्ट्स बोलते हैं, उसको प्लॉटिंग वगैरह करके पूरा इलेक्ट्रॉनिक चार्ट्स भी है, सब कुछ है. एक्डिस है शिप में, जिसको इलेक्ट्रॉनिक चार्ट वगैरह बोलता है, जिसको हम देख के प्लॉट करके शिप को नेविगेट करने वाले ऑफिसर को नेविगेटिंग ऑफिसर बोलता है. आपने देखा होगा आगे बड़ा सा गन होता है, फिर मिसाइल्स होता है, बहुत सारे चीज होता है, वो गनरी डिपार्टमेंट देखता है, उसको हेड करता है गनरी ऑफिसर, वो भी एग्जीक्यूटिव ब्रांच का ऑफिसर होता है. तो आपने देखा होगा अगर मुझे यहाँ से फोन करना है एक शिप से दूसरे शिप में, या फिर एक चीज सिग्नल पास करना पड़ता है एक इक्विपमेंट से दूसरे इक्विपमेंट के लिए, ये सारे सिग्नल्स कम्युनिकेशंस कंट्रोल करने वाला ऑफिसर होता है सिग्नल्स एंड कम्युनिकेशन ऑफिसर है. उसको एक और रोल होता है इलेक्ट्रॉनिक वारफेयर ऑफिसर, वो पूरा ईडब्ल्यू इक्विपमेंट्स जैमर वगैरह हैंडल करता है. फिर एक ऑफिसर होता, आपने सुना होगा सबमरीन्स, सबमरीन्स को मॉनिटर करने के लिए टॉर्पिडोज वगैरह देखने वाले और उसको कंट्रोल करने वाले ऑफिसर को बोलते हैं एंटी सबमरीन वारफेयर ऑफिसर, ASWO बोलते हैं उसको। वो पूरा सबमरीन मॉनिटरिंग, उसको टॉर्पिडो फायरिंग, फलाना ढिमकाना, वो उसका जिम्मेदारी होता है। सो ये 4 मेजर सब ब्रांचेस होता है एग्जीक्यूटिव ब्रांच में, जिसमें मैं स्पेशलाइज था सिग्नल्स एंड कम्युनिकेशन। ओके, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक वॉरफेयर, सिग्नल्स एंड कम्युनिकेशन। सो मेरा काम होता है, अगर शिप जा रहा है तो हमें कम्युनिकेट करना पड़ता है, चाहे जहाज शिप टू शिप, और शिप टू एयरक्राफ्ट, और शिप टू सबमरीन, और शिप टू शो। तो ये सारी जिम्मेदारी देखना मेरा जिम्मेदारी होता है। सो एक एक कैडेट शिप में आते समय इनको इस चीज के बारे में जानकारी नहीं होता। सो व्हाट ही विल हैव टू लर्न इज ऑल दीज डिपार्टमेंट्स क्या करता है, चाहे ब्रिड्ज में कैप्टन क्या करते हो, या नेविगेटिंग ऑफिसर क्या करते हो, गनरी ऑफिसर क्या करते हो, एंटी सबमरीन ऑफिसर क्या करते हो, इंजन रूम ऑफिसर, हमारे जो इंजीनियरिंग ऑफिसर क्या करते हो, इंजन रूम मैकेनिक, जो नीचे इंजन रूम में जो मैकेनिक वॉच में बैठते हैं उसके साथ बैठ के वॉच भी करना पड़ता है, लॉजिस्टिक ऑफिसर का राशन के सारे जो जिम्मेदारी वो भी सीखना पड़ता है। तो इसके अलावा एक सेलर जो शिप जहाज को पेंट करता है, चिप करके पेंट करता है, बाहर लटक के, रस्सी पे लटक के बैठ के वो शिप को चिप करके पेंट करता है, वो भी करके सीखना पड़ता है। बाहर गैंगवे पे, गैंगवे मतलब जो लैडर जो होता है, गैंगवे पे एक क्वार्टर मास्टर खड़े होता है जब बेस में आते समय, टू कीप ए वॉच, कोई आ रहा है जा रहा है। बाहर एक सेंट्री भी खड़े होता है गैंगवे के बाहर, वो क्या करता है, पूरा आई कार्ड देखता है शिप के, इजी द वन हु इज सपोज टू एंटर दिस शिप और नॉट। सेंट्री का ड्यूटी भी एक कैडेट, जो ऑफिसर कैडेट जो शिप में आता है वो करना पड़ता है उसको। इन दिस 6 months ऑफ ट्रेनिंग, एक ऑफिसर ये सारे चीज जो कैप्टन जो करता है वो भी सेंट्री जो बाहर खड़े होके करता है, उसके साथ 4 घंटे का वॉच भी करके ही फिनिशेस द एंटायर सी कैडेट फेज, वेस्ट से लेके ईस्ट तक पूरा कोस्ट ये ट्रेनिंग शिप जाता है। ही he does the entire entry along with the ship, and also you go for a OSD, offshore deployment, wherein which शायद ईस्ट में होगा, इस बार वेस्ट में होगा, so maybe sometimes goes to uh, foreign countries like Dubai or Muscat or some other area, और ईस्ट में शायद सिंगापुर और थाईलैंड, डिपेंड्स अपॉन उस टाइम शिप का रोल क्या है। तो आपको हर शिप का हर कोने से लेके कोने तक सीखना पड़ता है। Along with that, you do duties of a sailor to know what he is doing, so that when you become an officer, you can give him the order. तो ये होता है कैडेट्स फेस। इसके बाद वो जाएगा, एक ऑफिसर जाएगा अपने सब कोर्सेस करने के लिए, जो हर स्कूल्स में अटैचमेंट 1 या 1.5 महीने का अटैचमेंट होता है, ताकि आप सीखे थियोरेटिकली। 1 साल का कोर्स होता है, फिर आएगा दोबारा आप वॉच कीपिंग सर्टिफिकेट के लिए, जिसमें एक इंडिविजुअली एक ऑफिसर को, एक्स ऑफिसर को वॉच कीपिंग सर्टिफिकेट मिलता है। 6 महीने या 9 महीने का एक अटैचमेंट होता है एक शिप में, जिसमें सीओ gives a watch keeping certificate if he thinks this officer is eligible to take a ship individually from a harbor, take it to sea, do all the exercises, whatever it is there, come back, एंटर द शिप। सो ये कार्रवाई होता है। एंड इस बार इस ये जो वॉच कीपिंग सर्टिफिकेट में, आई वुड लाइक टू से सर, विद योर परमिशन, एटलीस्ट मैं 1 मिनट एक्स्ट्रा ले रहा हूँ, बिकॉज ये जो वॉच कीपिंग सर्टिफिकेट मुझे मिला था, आई वुड नॉट रिमेंबर दिस सीओ, कैप्टन सचदेव सर। हमारे ये जो 6 months के दौरान हमें एक मॉरिशस का डिप्लॉयमेंट भी मिल गया EZ सर्वेलेंस के लिए। सर ने जब शिप बाहर निकला, सर ने बोला सारे स्पेशलिस्ट ऑफिसर्स गो एंजॉय। सिर्फ सीओ और हम 3 वॉच कीपिंग ऑफिसर्स होते थे, सुबह से लेके शाम रात तक। आप लोगों को शायद पता होगा, पुराने जमाने में जैसे वास्को ड गामा या शिवाजी जैसे पुराने जो सेलर्स होते थे, आप लोगों को पता है कैसे गया था वो लोग। उस टाइम वी डिडंट हैव GPS, उस टाइम वी डिडंट हैव ऑल दिस टेक्नोलॉजी रिलेटेड एड्स टू हेल्प अ नेविगेटर टू टेक अ शिप फ्रॉम A to B। सर ने, जब हम मॉरिशस के जो डिप्लॉयमेंट के लिए जाते समय, जब हार्बर से निकला बाहर, इन्होंने बोला चलो स्विच ऑफ करो हर चीज, जीपीएस, एक्डिस, हर नेविगेट स्विच ऑफ करके सर ने बोला क्वार्टर मास्टर को घुमाओ शिप को। 2 चक्कर घुमाने के बाद बोला चलो क्वार्टर मास्टर आप भी सिक्योर हो जाओ। ब्रिड्ज में मुझे बस वॉच कीपिंग ऑफिसर और मैं, सीओ और वॉच कीपिंग ऑफिसर्स। जब दोपहर होते समय आपको पता भी नहीं चलता है कि ईस्ट वेस्ट कहां पे है। नाउ कैन यू इमेजिन व्हेन यू आर एट इन द मिडिल ऑफ एन ओशन, जिसमें आपको ईस्ट और वेस्ट पता नहीं, यू नीड टू गो फ्रॉम ए टू बी। अभी शिप शिप ऐसा घूम रहा है, स्टीयरिंग जो हम बोल स्टीयरिंग होता है ना, उसको बोल दिया क्वार्टर मास्टर जो चलाता है उसको बोला चलो घुमा दो, और उसको बोला चले जाओ, तू भी चले जाओ, मैं बुला लूंगा तब आना। बोला हम 3 वॉच कीपिंग, अरे चलो वॉच कीपिंग ऑफिसर शेर बोलते थे, चलो शेरो ले लो हमें मॉरिशस तक लेके चलो। सो गोइंग बैक, पुराने जमाने में एक तरीके होते थे एस्ट्रो नेविगेशन, शायद आप लोगों ने सुना है या नहीं पता नहीं मुझे। ये एस्ट्रो नेविगेशन यूज्ड टू बी द नेविगेशन टेक्नोलॉजी वेयर इन विच यू take the you plot your fix your position with respect to your sun, moon, stars. पुराने जमाने में that's how they used to do with the use of a sextant. This is the equipment wherein which they used to fix the position of the ship at that particular point of time when there used to be no navigates. So we used to take the ship and we have literally taken the ship मॉर्निंग, और ये जो पोजीशन जो सेक्सटेंट से मिलता है उसको लेने में एक नॉर्मल कैडेट को, मतलब हम वी वर लर्निंग दैट इनिशियली इट यूज्ड टू बी 40 मिनट्स टू पुट अ फिक्स टू प्लॉट आवर पोजीशन। अभी कहां पे व्हेन सीओएस अभी कहां पे वो बोलने के लिए 40 मिनट्स लेते थे, बाय द कोर्स ऑफ टाइम 1 मिनट 2 मिनट में वी यूज्ड टू फिक्स। सो थैंक्स टू दैट पर्सन, सचदेव सर, सचू सर हम बोलते थे प्यार से, he is one person who has made me professionally sound. You know his even ROR, शायद आपने सुना होगा ROR, एक बुक होता था जो हमारा रट्टा होना चाहिए, बिकॉज दीज आर द रूल्स ऑफ द रोड। जो एक शिप को लेके जाने के लिए एक एक्स ऑफिसर को ROR वर्बैटम बोलना पड़ता है, हर एक रूल्स। वो उनके वजह से ये जो वॉचेस के दौरान रट्टा भी हो गया। नॉट ओनली दैट, प्रैक्टिकल एडवाइसेस दैट ही गिव। सो एक वॉच कीपिंग ऑफिसर के लिए जो मिलना चाहिए उसके टेन्योर में वी गॉट इट, एंड 6 months आई गॉट इट, आई मूव्ड आउट। After that, once you get the watchkeeping certificate, you move on, take an individual appointment on board small ships. I was on board INS Trinket at Port Blair. Port Blair में I was the navigating officer of this ship. मजा आया पोर्ट ब्लेयर में, lot of islands we did as a navigating officer. It was a small ship, so it was like a car. We used to take it out, come out. 2 years at Port Blair, wonderful. Then you come back, you have a choice whether you to do specialist tenure or not. If you choose as a short service commissioned officer, if you choose, then you go for a specialist tenure for any of the choice that you are given, but you may not be able to get the choice that you have opted for based on your merit, based on your performance on board the ships as a non-specialist officer. You get this choice of course. I opted for long sea because this C is C means communication branch, signals and communication, because signals and communication branch is one branch where in which you get updated with latest technology of communication equipments. You have to learn a bit about networking, cyber, hacking, a lot of things. So I chose this course and lucky I got C as my long course. You come back to Kochi for your 1-year specialization course. I did my long C. Then after that, you get a specialist tenure. You become whichever course you have done. If you have done long ND navigation course, you become an NO in a big ship. So after my specialization, I was on board Ganga as EW. EW means electronic warfare officer. I was telling electronic warfare and signals and communication. ये जो 2 पोर्टफोलियो होता है जो SEO को करना पड़ता है। सो पहले आप EW बन के चला जाता है जिसमें आप जैमर्स एंड EW इक्विपमेंट्स क्या करता है, एनिमी शिप्स का सिग्नल्स, रडार सिग्नल्स कैप्चर करके इनपुट देता है, ये कौन सा शिप का कौन सा रडार है ये। आई गेट इनपुट फ्रॉम द इक्विपमेंट दैट दिस इज ऑफ दिस फाइटर एयरक्राफ्ट और दिस इज ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर शिप, ये रडार उस शिप का है, मुझे इनपुट मिल जाएगा एंड यू कोरिलेट विद दैट डायरेक्शन एंड द फ्रीक्वेंसी that this radar is from this position, and you match with certain other equipments and find out, yes, this particular ship is at that position. So EW plays a very important role for a ship. So I was EW on board Ganga, followed by SU. इसके बाद I got a category. I told you when I got the aviation heart wala issue, I got category and I had to be back in base. Enjoyed the base tenure at Angre and had a wonderful time in Angre for 2 years. I was on board that Nofra area as the admin officer and enjoyed almost 1.5 years, you can say. फिर मेरा last posting था NCC में, as I came to 7K Naval NCC unit as 1 year. 2019 I got retired, sir. So ship में मजा आता है. Initially I used to be badly seasick. इतना उल्टी करते थे कि खून भी उल्टी किया था. But later when you got the legs, we say you got the sea legs. Once you get that sea legs, थोड़ा बहुत you get balanced. When I went to Port Blair in that small ship, 2 ही ऑफिसर्स होते हैं, एक NO एक XO. So हमें we used to do 6 hours of watch. इतना रोलिंग पिचिंग होते थे कि यू आर द ओनली ऑफिसर इन द ब्रिज. बाहर जाके उल्टी करके अंदर वापस आके यू हैव टू टेक कंट्रोल द शिप. That you cannot call XO because he has just done 6 hours and he has gone for sleep. So I can't trouble him again. CO तो है, CO को तो भी कोई trouble नहीं करता है. So individually as an officer you control the ship, go into the sea. Fishing boats होते थे बीच में. It's a tough time, but मजा आते थे. Sometimes quartermaster उल्टी करने के लिए जाते थे. Quartermaster is the one who drives the ship. उसका भी steering, you have to hold his steering wheel. He goes for ulti, I go for ulti. मजा आते थे.
I can imagine.
I
I
had
can
a
imagine
wonderful.
that.
So you can imagine, I had a wonderful engineering officer, Sankalp sir, Commander Sankalp. I would like to take his name also. Sometimes he used to come to the bridge to do the watches. So he used to do the watches along with me. So I had a good buddy also, you can say. When I go for ulti, sir used to keep a watch ahead. वंडरफुल टाइम.
Seriously.
और
So
एक और
yeah.
कॉमेडी है जो which I don't know, I'll just say it here. रात को I think somewhere around 2 o'clock my watch was going on and दोनों साइड में we used to have lookouts मतलब एक एक्स्ट्रा आई विजुअली देखने के लिए एक सेलर्स होते थे और बीच में यू हैव अ क्वार्टर मास्टर हु ड्राइव्स द शिप. सो एक ऑफिसर ऑफ द वॉच होते थे जो एक एक्स ऑफिसर होता है. सो सुभाष चांद मेरा एक गनरी का एक सीनियर मोस्ट है हु डज दी वॉचेस का वो करता है. तो मैंने कुछ तो गड़बड़ था वॉच के रोस्टर में, तो मैंने बोला ये चांद कहाँ पे यार. तो क्वार्टर मास्टर ने बोला सर चांद तो है वहां दिख रहा है, आपको दिख नहीं रहा है क्या. तो मैंने बोला कहाँ पे चांद. अरे सर आगे दिख नहीं रहा आपको चांद. he was literally telling about moon. I was asking चांद कहाँ है because ये जो बनाया रोस्टर उसमें गड़बड़ था. So a lot of fun moments at sea.
Yeah, yeah.
Ship, I would say it's an adventurous journey. जो आपको and nowadays Navy is giving everyone an opportunity to be on board during Navy week time. फैमिली डे एट सी, जिसमें अगर आपके कोई जान पहचान है नेवी में, फैमिली डे एट सी में यू गेट एन अपॉर्चुनिटी टू बी ऑन बोर्ड सी. दे विल टेक यू टू जस्ट आउटसाइड 1 डे, जिसमें आपको पूरा जो सी में जो हम रेप्लेनिशमेंट एट सी बोलते हैं, एक जहाज से दूसरे जहाज में मैन एंड मटेरियल ट्रांसफर कैसे करते हैं, फ्यूलिंग कैसे करते हैं, फाइटर एयरक्राफ्ट जैसे आपने वीकेडी में देखे होंगे, विक्रमादित्य में देखे होंगे, विक्रांत में देखे होंगे कैसे लैंडिंग होता है, ये सारी चीजें देखने का मौका मिलता है. शिप लाइफ कैसे देखने का एक मौका मिलता है. सो आई वुड अर्ज एवरीवन just utilize this opportunity to see a day at sea, how we survive, we sailors, we the men in white, how we live our life at sea.
Yeah, so thanks, Ashwant, detail में बताने के लिए. To all of you, ship life is not easy. It is really tough because ना ship changes, range change from छोटा से ship से लेके विक्रांत, अभी जो INS विक्रांत उतना बड़ा, विक्रांत is a city in itself, compared to जैसे अश्वंत ने बोला INS Trinket and छोटे छोटे TRVs वगैरह. TRVs your torpedo recovery vessel, then FACs जिसको बोलते हैं, फास्ट अटैक एयरक्राफ्ट, दे आर ऑल स्मॉल शिप्स, यू नो. सो अलग अलग तरीके के शिप होते हैं. One part is the the glamour and other aspect. Second part is you actually have to go through that. And Ashwin ने जो बोला कि उल्टी वाला story, if your sea sickness is not arrested, you had it, so everyone, all of us go through that phase. uh, मजा भी आता है, and then सजा भी लगता है और मजा भी आता है, so that.
इवन आई हैव सीन, हम रस्सी जो है, रोप्स जो है, हम सोचते हैं जैसे आप घर पे यूज करते हो रस्सी, यू नो हाउ मच पावर इट हैज गॉट. इट कैन
Exactly,
इवन टेक अ लाइफ ऑफ अ पर्सन.
exactly.
आई हैव नॉट सीन टेकिंग द लाइफ ऑफ अ पर्सन, बट आई हैव सीन द limbs, you know, uh,
Cutting, yeah.
cutting across. So these
Very true.
things are very dangerous because आप ship के deck पे जाते समय, if at all you get an opportunity, please go and walk on the deck. Deck means the floor of the
Very true.
ship, ऊपर का,
Very true.
जिसमें इधर उधर बहुत सारी चीजें होता है, bollards and बहुत सारी चीजें होता है, and we tie
And
everything with the ropes. These
correct.
ropes are so dangerous if not used properly. So I've seen at sea when we were doing मैन टू मैन ट्रांसफर, मटेरियल ट्रांसफर के बीच में, just because of the carelessness, or maybe you can say day was bad for that person. We have seen, because of someone else's mistake, we have seen people losing limbs, even life. So it's very dangerous, but that's why we say play with the ropes very wisely. Sorry sir, I interrupted you.
नहीं, I can understand the emotion of an executive officer when you shared this, told about ropes. तो जहाज में बहुत चौकन्ना रहना पड़ता है, लुकआउट्स जैसे अश्वंत ने बताया. It is not easy, because you are representing the nation there. The security of everything lies on you, and one small accident can be catastrophic. ऑफ लेट बहुत एक्सीडेंट्स भी हुए जहाज़ों के, नेवल वॉरशिप्स, अनफॉर्चुनेटली विच शुड नॉट हैव हैपेंड. एक एक क्वेश्चन यहाँ पूछना चाहूँगा, बिफोर वी एंड एंड ऑल. कभी ऐसे मौका आया कि व्हेन यू वेर एट सी, जब आप जहाज में थे, सिंस आप कम्युनिकेशन ऑफिसर थे, तो क्रॉस कम्युनिकेशन में कभी पाकिस्तानी जहाज या पायरेट्स के ये, तो एनी एक्सपीरियंस इज दैट? जनरली मुझे याद है गाली गलौज होता है बहुत.
Okay, I didn't move on to that part. हमें हर एक शिप को, आपने आपने देखा, आपने सुना होगा आर्मी क्या करता है. आर्मी अपने बॉर्डर पूरा सिक्योर करता है, जो अपने फिजिकल लैंड जो है इंडिया के, चाहे पाकिस्तान से हो या चाइना के साथ हो, वी आवर आर्मी डज व्हाट, सिक्योरिंग ऑफ द लैंड. नेवी क्या करते हैं, हम जैसे लैंड का बॉर्डर होता है, वी हैव गॉट बॉर्डर एट सी ऑल्सो, something called IMBL, we say International Maritime Boundary Line, which we share with the other nation. So हमारे जो बाउंड्री के अंदर कोई नहीं आना चाहिए, सिमिलरली उसके जो बाउंड्री के लाइन के अंदर हम भी नहीं घुसना चाहिए. सो वर टुवर्ड्स द टॉप, टुवर्ड्स द गुजरात साइड, गुजरात के जो ऊपर वाले जो जगह होता है, ओका, पोरबंदर, जकाओ एंड ऑल, वी हैव सर्टन स्मॉल पोर्ट्स, और वहां पे छोटे शिप्स, छोटे नहीं बड़े शिप्स को भी डिप्लॉय करता है. आई हैव डन टू, सर आई वाज लकी, many have done more than that. I have done 2 such deployments there at the border. I have done 2 Diwali tenure, Diwali time, over the IMBL. So we could see इस साइड से when we पटाखे या फोड़ते समय वहां से भी देखता है. So when we do that IMBL patrolling, we get, but it's a virtual boundary. We get the others, we can see physically, we can see the other, our friendly, ships that side. So just to make fun of us, they start with the, and it's not only a communication officer, anybody who is there in the watch, OW जो भी उस watch पे होते समय, उसको तो सुनाई देता है. सो जैसे आपने मूवीज में, बहुत सारी मूवीज में, तो वहां पे बॉर्डर में व्हेन ही गिव्स, इधर उधर से तो बोलते समय, इधर से तो यू आल्सो गिव काउंटर आंसर्स इन अ स्वीट मैनर, बिकॉज channel 16 is something which everyone monitors. So we have to be very careful when we open our mouth, and we have to be, first of all, we as a warship, we being on board a naval ship, we have to go silent. That's our rule. That's our policy. We have to be silent when we use channel 16. We cannot just open out channel 16 and say whatever, because entire world will listen to it. But हमारे भाईजान को तो ये पता नहीं कि he opens his mouth say whatever shit he wants to say. So it depends upon our CEO how to take it. So ungli karne ke liye to bahut sare log aata hai. Even today when you are at let me see, when you are driving your car, even if you will say a lot of people giving ज्ञान देते हैं, bullshit देते हैं. So it is up to you to how to take it. अगर आपको गाली भी दिया, there are two types of people. एक है सुन के सुनते हैं, दूसरा है give a counter answer, और एक थप्पड़ भी मारने वाले लोग होता है. So here we are representing the Indian Navy. So if you open up your mouth in channel 16, you get, sir, as you said, they provoke us in a lot of ways, but it is because your CEO is answerable for the ship. If you open up anything in the channel 16, it will be monitored. So yes, we do get comments. We do get good, funny, provoking questions from our neighborhood, but we keep silent for certain instinct. Keeping the entire country in front, we keep silent. And that's
And
what we have been doing for a lot of time, whether the olive green was also doing, but when the time was required, we have given the answers in whatever manner we have given.
so हम लोग मुझे भी याद है 2000 ईयर 2000 आई वाज इन ज्योति आईएनएस ज्योति एंड हम लोग इंटरनेशनल वाटर्स में थे तो वी कुड सी पाकिस्तानी एयरक्राफ्ट एक ऊपर बिकॉज इट्स अ इंटरनेशनल वाटर ऊपर से रिकॉग्नाइजेंस मार रहा था एंड फॉर मी आई वाज अ सब लेफ्टिनेंट बाकी एवरीवन वाज चिल्ड एंड कूल पूरे शिप में ना जो सीनियर्स थे कमांडर लेफ्टिनेंट कमांडर्स है ना आई वाज लाइक अबे ये साला ऊपर से ऐसे कैसे आया जोश में रहता है ना you can see उसका पूरा फ्लैग पाकिस्तानी फ्लैग एंड ऑल so but then ठीक है that's life that's part of this thing we also do है ना so yeah
They even come so close, the choppers, but we have got our limits wherein which if they cross the certain limits, we open out everything. We open up everything means FCR, the fire control radars and the weapons. We train it. Train means we point the gun in such a manner that we, because they try stunts coming so close. So if any shit they are doing, we are ready, because that time the power is with the CEO. You have all the rights to do whatever, but always the rule is, we can fire only when they fire. But when situation is there, we can also do. So we have faced such situations at IMBL.
yeah
मजा आते थे. I still remember.
yeah and then we always pray कि ना वो लोग गलती करे और रेंज में आ जाए करके that is what we
Correct, correct.
always used to pray कि ना साला इससे थोड़ा मिस्टेक हो जाए उड़ा देंगे टाइप
True, sir.
So that's part. So any instant of कभी pirate वगैरह को पकड़ा है क्या? Since lot of piracy is happening, अभी तो कम हुआ है after Navy's intervention. So any experience?
Yes, sir. I was lucky enough, at least I can say that is one moment where in which we were on action. Watchkeeping time, I told you, we went for EZ surveillance for Mauritius and Seychelles. Mauritius, Seychelles को अपना
एक
पानी,
EZ क्या होता है for the people, Yeah, EZ surveillance क्या
EZ
होता है?
is economic surveillance, economics zone जो होता है पानी का, जो every water has got a limits, like territorial waters 30 nautical miles. Extreme end is the EZ zone, economical zone, I forgot. So EZ surveillance के लिए our Navy, we have a bond, they have signed a bond with us wherein which our ships are supposed to do the surveillance for them. So ये 56 days का एक deployment हुआ था सर, जिसमें हमें we were there to protect their waters. They have got very rare fishes. वो चोरी करने के लिए Cambodians and Mongolians used to come. उनका एक अच्छा सा एडवांटेज ये है कि एवरी फिशिंग बोट हैड अ AIS. AIS मींस ऑटोमेटिक आइडेंटिफिकेशन सिस्टम, जिसमें से आपको पता चलता है कि ये पर्टिकुलर फिशिंग बोट है. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल ये बोट का नाम, उसका पोर्ट कौन सा था, कहाँ से कहाँ आया, हर चीज. बेसिकली हमारा RC जो होते थे, एक कार का, गाड़ी का RC, रजिस्ट्रेशन सर्टिफिकेट, वैसा AIS में सब कुछ दिखता था. So one night we found a fishing boat which was not displaying their AIS. Now, if no AIS means, that means it's either AIS उसका खराब हो गया होगा, या तो this is a sure shot fishing boat which is not supposed to be there in that water. We went close. We asked in the channel 16, because channel 16 is only 16 frequency wherein which we can communicate with the other ship or a boat. So इसमें भी जवाब नहीं दे रहा है. Then we went so close. हमारे जो लाउडेलर में बात किया उसे, not responding. When we were coming close, these guys were turning back and moving very fast. So now everyone was awake. Ship was put into SSD. SSD means special suit duty man को बुला लिया. पूरा जो हम प्रैक्टिस करते, यहाँ मौका आ गया यूज करने का. Now everybody is ready. We were behind these guys. We did a circle around him. कोई जवाब नहीं दे रहा है. Now the second level is we lower our rib boats. We have ribs, rigid inflatable boats बोलते हैं हम. जो आपने देखा होगा टाइटैनिक में जब डूबे थे, पूरा लोअर किया था, उसको बोलते हैं रिब्स. रिब्स आर फास्ट अटैक, जो स्पीड में जाने वाले. तो रिब्स, ये जो रिब्स में क्यूआरटी टीम, शिप में हमेशा 2 क्यूआरटी टीम्स को रखते हैं. सो क्यूआरटी का एक बोर्डिंग ऑफिसर होता है, वो एक नॉर्मली यंग ऑफिसर को रखता है. फॉर्चुनेटली और अनफॉर्चुनेटली आई वाज दी बोर्डिंग ऑफिसर, और टीम तैयार हुआ. नाउ बुरी बात ये है कि सी स्टेट वाज 3. सी स्टेट 3 एंड अबव इज वेरी रफ. मतलब चॉपी सीज होता है, मतलब सी शिप एज अ रोल होता है. ये रिब को भी लोअर करना मुश्किल है. सो वी वर, आई वाज लाइक पूरा जितने भी हमने ट्रेन किया, बस यही मौका है. पूरा ब्लड वाज लाइक बॉइलिंग. यस, मौका है पकड़ने का. सो वी हैड ओनली कार्बाइन विद अस उस टाइम. सोफिस्टिकेटेड कोई गन्स नहीं था हमारे पास. कार्बाइन है हमारे पास, पिस्टल है, बस सब कुछ पहना, बीपी जैकेट्स, रेडी टू लोअर. तब तक इन लोगों ने लाइट ऑन कर लिया और सभी लोग बाहर आ गया. दे रेज द हैंड्स. We took them close. They didn't have any weapons. They were normal pirates who came to steal the fish. Because I told you this, they had a very rare fishes. They came on board. हमने उसका बोट को पूरा साइड साइड में सिक्योर करके पूरा लोगों को लेके क्वार्टर डेक में we had cuffed them. Next day we gave them back to the police, and that was a mission which I could say one anti-piracy mission, which I was part of.
Okay, interesting. And then अभी तो like नेवी इज वेरी एक्टिव. इसमें अभी बहुत पैरेसी कम हो गई है. नहीं तो मर्चेंट शिप्स वगैरह जाते थे वहाँ पे. मर्चेंट शिप्स आर दी कमर्शियल शिप्स फॉर योर इंफॉर्मेशन सबका. सो एक क्वेश्चन अश्वंत बिफोर वी कंक्लूड इज दैट where do we stand as a Indian Navy as a geopolitical इसमें ना. So what is your take on that? लोग पूछते हैं ना कि many a time people ask us कि सर आप लोग तो नेवी से थे, अभी हमारा नेवी कैसा है करके. कल कुछ चाइना आ गया या यूएस आ गया, तो where do we stand? So what's your take on that?
Erstwhile, I will not go बहुत पुराने. When I joined, it's like 2008 or whether 2000 से लेके 2015 तक, we were having everything from outside, like Russia से. Even ships were of our class, and you know all those equipments, everything was from outside. We had even Israeli systems for EW equipment, so we used to be dependent on other countries. And that time we were pushing our erstwhile Vikrant a lot. Slowly we had procured VKD, Vikramaditya. Now everyone knows that we have Vikrant, the latest one. We are making another one. So in another few years, we will be seeing the other two coming out, the aircraft carriers. And aircraft carriers are the one which showcases Navy's muscle outside, because we show it as the muscle power. So the mighty US, of course, it is there. Russia is there. Yes, China is there side by side. They have the nuke submarines, nuclear submarines, which the world has not seen. We are not behind. Everyone knows that our nukes are also outside now. So if you see the firepower, technology wise, and of course, the man behind it. That's what I would say. Force, the number, the quantity, even though we don't have that much to showcase in front of US, yes, but we have enough, enough if China, that's what the entire country is looking upon. If at all, if there is, and if there is, if at all, if we have to have a face to face with China, we are ready for that.
Yeah, so that is one thing which a question everyone asks कि ना कहाँ पे हैं हम करके ना आज के डेट में ये. So last question, Ashwin, why did you leave Navy? है ना, Navy क्यों छोड़ा
Sir,
आपने?
again, this will be a one day, it will require one day for answer, but everyone knows what is short service commission and permanent commission. This is a common question which everyone asks, sir, why did you leave Navy? Okay, for everyone's information, short service commission X branch, the executive branch wherein which I joined. I'm going very fast, sir. It's a lengthy answer. Short service X branch, executive branch, till 2019 didn't have a government policy to go for PC. Unlike technical entry or a doctor or a logistics officer had an option, if he or she, sorry, she was not there, if he would like to become PC means permanent commission, he had a choice because the policy was supporting him. हमारे लिए SSC X के लिए there was no policy since till 2020, till 2020. 21 May, the law, the policy was changed. Ex officers, SSC ex officers can also opt for PC. Again, I am repeating, can also opt for PC. लेकिन मिलना आपके हाथ में नहीं है. Based on your merit, ACR, your performance, if you opt, you may get PC. Now, if you, sir, if you ask me, are you happy? I'm just adding that question. Are you happy while leaving? I would say, yes, I am happy because 11 years, I could see a wonderful part of my life in Navy. Navy has given me a lot of things, a lot of things. Not only personally, professionally, yes, even the facilities I would like to add on because my kids were in 41 days, they were in NICU when they were born. Imagine a civilian who is a parent and your kids are in 41 days in NICU, how much will be the expenditure that you will be shelling out? I was lucky that in Ashwini, 41 days when they were born, they were in NICU. So thankful to Navy and all the facilities that I have got. The canteen facilities, the, hospital facilities, and the life for a family, your life, you will say your family is secured. Yes, they are secured. So of course, I've seen the good part of the Navy, and now I am equally happy because I'm able to give my full time with my family, my kids, and also the best part is that what I'm loving, what I'm doing, what I'm loving. I like teaching. I like parting education with the students who require guidance. I was lucky enough to do the GTO course through which that's why giving extra guidance for those who are seeking mentorship for SSB interview and NDA, CDS, and various entrance exams. So good thing that I left, but bad thing is I'm missing those uniform.
Yes, I can understand that, Ashwant. Like now, given an opportunity, uh, would you still join Navy? अगर एक ऐसी opportunity I like.
A very a very difficult question to answer. Uh, uh, Now, if you ask me to go and serve again, if it is like, of course, you say if it's a war and there's no choice, yes, I would go. But be true to you, sir. I don't want to hide anything and answer. I would say I'm enjoying what I'm doing now because my kids need me more than anyone else. So I would say I would be here guiding my kids and those kids who are looking for an opportunity to serve the nation. So yes, if it's imminent for the country, for my presence, yes, anytime, any night, I will be wearing that uniform again. But
Perfect. Perfect.
uh, if it's like you say, will you go this or that? I will say yes. I'm happy with my family,
Current thing.
and
Very nice. Very nice. See, वही तो है ना, so the forge take care of you, all the forges. At the same time, as you rightly said, we always are in reserve list. Though we technically we are out of reserve list also. But then when any time, not only forges, कोई भी देश के लिए तो anyone will do that. Yes. So we come to the conclusion of this. Last चार पांच question. One person who has inspired you throughout your life, till your journey अभी तक.
uh, Lieutenant Colonel Nijil Nair. He was
Okay.
my. I told you, he's still in
Very nice.
service.
So I'm sure wherever Nigel is, if he's listening, I'm sure he'll be proud of you. This thing, right? One, the war movie which you would have loved throughout your life.
Lakshya and Top Gun. That was those movies which inspired me to join.
Yeah. So every generation has some of the other movie which motivates them, and this thing.
True, sir.
One book which you would.
The
Uh,
Power of Your Subconscious Mind, sir, which written by Joseph Murphy. Wonderful book. Uh, I would say, because one thing which that made me is mind plays an important role,
Very true.
and
Very true.
if you can tame your subconscious mind, anything which you say impossible, you can achieve it. So this is a wonderful book to start. I always say those kids who have not read, start with this. A lot of books are there, but this is one book
The power
which
of
I
subconscious mind. Perfect.
Power of Your
Perfect.
Subconscious.
Yeah. So, if not Kerala, where would you prefer to settle other than Kerala?
Mysore, sir. Mysore or Pune, I would say. Both these places are equally, I love.
Okay,
Mysore or Pune, sir.
okay.
And of course, Chandigarh is another. So among these three, sir,
Panchkula, yeah. Panchkula.
Chandigarh,
Especially
beautiful place.
Panchkula.
Beautiful place.
Beautiful place, yeah, yeah.
True, sir.
एक कोसमेट जिसको गाली देना चाहता है वो भी सुनेगा ये.
Gali Dana, sir. If I take the name, then people will people will correlate. Let's keep it amongst us,
जाने
sir.
देते
I'll
हाँ.
answer that separately. Let's not make it public.
Okay, okay, okay. So yeah, so thanks, Ashwant. It was long pending, बहुत time से, and then I was just waiting for the opportunity because generally कैसे नेवी का awareness नहीं है लोगों में, and it's people like us. नेवी मतलब for everyone it is Marcos, Marine Commandos को ही सुनना चाहते हैं, and so that is how. And thanks to, I mean, they are a brutal force. And their training is different. Navy is all about many things. Navy submarine hai, aviation hai, general navy hai. That is what everyone should know. Navy has some amazing history, amazing war
ट्रू सर,
history.
ट्रू सर।
Uh,
इवन नेवी का नहीं, सिर्फ ऑफिसर बनने का एंट्रीज के बारे में भी लोगों को, स्पेशली पेरेंट्स, बिकॉज आजकल के जो पेरेंट्स हैं उनको बस इंजीनियर बनाना या डॉक्टर बनाना
correct,
बच्चों को,
correct, correct.
दे आर नॉट अवेयर। देयर आर लॉट्स ऑफ, लोगों को इसलिए डर लगता है कि फोर्सेस में, आर्म फोर्सेस में जाते समय कल कुछ ये हो गया, अपना बेटा या बेटी मर जाएंगे। मरने के लिए तो आप कहीं पे भी जाओ, यू विल डाई। But
Think-
the opportunities, the entries that we have, people are not aware. So it is, awareness is one thing which I'm doing my level best to give the awareness to as many students and parents who are there in Kerala, so that they take up a bright future in the armed forces, uh, and enjoy your life, the adventurous life, that I would say. Uh, Sir, you there? Anyway, since sir is not here, I know I take this opportunity. There are lots of entries. I would say, please go through the websites and advertisements and keep yourself appraised about those entries. अगर आपको 12th के बाद भी join करना है फौज में as an officer, there are a lot of entries. People are not aware. सिर्फ एनडीए नहीं, उसके अलावा भी entries है। ग्रेजुएशन के बाद बहुत सारे entries है join करने के लिए, ऑफिसर बनने के लिए। ट्राई करो, कोशिश करो, नहीं हो पाया, पीजी है, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन के बाद भी एंट्रीज है ऑफिसर बनने के लिए, फिर भी नहीं हुआ, फिर भी है एंट्री। अच्छा, यू आर बैक, सो सिंस यू आर नॉट हियर, आई वाज जस्ट गिविंग देम थोड़ा
yeah, yeah,
ज्ञान।
नहीं, आई वाज हियरिंग टू इट. वही है, लोगों को नहीं मालूम है बिकॉज बहुत साल पहले हमको नहीं पता था कुछ, तो आज भी कुछ चेंजेस नहीं हुआ है इतने इतना
वेरी
सारा
ट्रू।
medium आके भी things have not changed, but yeah, so a lot of opportunities to people. And then so I'm glad that so many youngsters who are listening, there are plenty of opportunities. Navy, Coast Guard, Army, Air Force, every place, it's a good place to be. You have to be really strong. See, लोगों का वही होता है ना कि पेरेंट्स का कैसे होता है, देश बचाना है तो दूसरों के बच्चे जाएंगे, हमारे बच्चे क्यों जाके ये करना है ना। And
Very
सबका
true.
परसेप्शन ये होता है आर्मी नेवी एयरफोर्स जाने से
Even my
you are
parents,
closer to death, you know.
even my parents didn't want to go.
Obviously सारे
They
पेरेंट्स।
wanted me to go for a BTech, and I said, बस मेरे से नहीं होगा. That's why I didn't take BTech also. BSc इसलिए चुना था.
और बहुत बच्चे जो जाना चाहते हैं, बेचारे वो जा नहीं पाते, यू नो, फॉर
Very
वेरियस
true, sir.
रीजंस, सो
Very
दैट्स
true.
हाउ लाइफ इज। So thanks, Ashwant. It
Thank you,
was
sir.
great interacting, and though Navy है, Navy का things are not that popular compared to Army and all, but I'm sure this podcast or this interview will help people to know technically and various other things through your life. So both of us have served in various capacities, and I'm sure. So all the best to your journey, what you are doing right now. एंड इंडियन क्रिकेट टीम आईपीएल के बारे में मैं ज़्यादा नहीं पूछूंगा, बिकॉज यू नो इट विल बी टोटल ऑफ, एंड आई नो दैट you have been doing a great job with the IPL teams, and I have seen it very closely. So keep rising there. I'm sure very soon you will be with the India team also, है ना? So wishing you all the best
Thank you,
to
sir.
your squash ka thing, where you are very actively involved, and to the academy which you are running. You know,
This
so
is one thing, sir. I know I couldn't mention because we didn't have time. Navy, Army, Air Force, चाहे जो भी forces हो, you get opportunity to learn lot of sports. मुझे स्कॉश के बारे में पता भी नहीं था, ऐसा गेम के बारे में, बट थ्रू नेवी आई गॉट द अपॉर्चुनिटी टू लर्न दिस गेम. Post retirement, I could do the certification course also. That's why I could become the level 1 certified squash coach for World Squash Federation. Thereby, I could become the Kerala team coach also. So ऐसे मौका भी मिलता है लोगों को बहुत सारे गेम सीखने का. फायरिंग, वॉट एवर इज योर पैशन, हॉर्स राइडिंग, लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, सेलिंग करने का. अभी आपने देखा होगा, अभी आप लोग सुन रहे होंगे, 2 लेडी ऑफिसर्स आर डूइंग, एंड शी वाज दिलना वाज आवर एनसीसी कैडेट, माय वाइफ्स एनसीसी कैडेट, who
oh
joined Navy as a commissioned
yeah,
officer.
Lieutenant
So
Commander Dilla and Lieutenant Commander Ropa, right?
Dilna is from
Yes.
Calicut only, very close to
Oh,
us.
okay.
So we are just eagerly waiting for her arrival. So you get a lot of opportunities here. You see sailing करने का मौका किसी और को मिलेगा ये, जैसे टॉमी सर गए, अभी लेडी ऑफिसर्स आर आल्सो गेटिंग दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी. So it's not only just for male candidates, female candidates are also getting a lot of opportunity. Even they are getting opportunity to command the ships, which was not there during our time. Command करने का, ships में रहने का, submarines में, opportunities are coming for even lady officers also. So all ladies who are, planning,
Very true. Very true.
Navy is waiting for you.
जैसे बोलते हैं ना, देश बदल रहा है, तो थिंग्स, आई एम सो हैप्पी टू सी यंग गर्ल्स एट एनडीए, यू नो, डूइंग ऑल दोस थिंग्स, सो या।
Navy में why should you join Navy? इसमें अगर पूछे जाएगा मुझे और सर से, you get postings in the cities, metro cities. जो एक अच्छा चीज होता है, जैसे मुंबई हो या कोची या वाइजैग, you will be in the cities, you
ट्रू।
know.
ये सारी पर्क्स है, बहुत सारी पर्क्स, सब सब फोर्सेस के अपने ये। सो थैंक्स अश्वंत,